I'll just share my window. So what we are going to do today, we are going to see another resource called storage account. Okay, storage account. So okay, just give me an intro about storage account. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a storage account. So Azure Storage Account is nothing but a place you can upload and store your files, and that is to there are n number of variety of files supported in Azure Storage Account. So you may think, okay, how it is different from a Google Drive or something like that. We already have OneDrive or something like that. So those storage setups are for personal users, okay, mainly. So here Azure Storage Account is a dedicated resource, okay, from the Azure ecosystem, mainly for enterprise applications. So why it is different means it support yeah, uh, like lot of data types, wide variety of data structures, okay, and more control over the setup. So for example, Google Drive, I can just upload, that's it. How it is actually stored in the background, how the access speed, other things and all. I don't have much control over the setup. I cannot customize much. And third thing is integration. Okay. Integration with other services. So Google Drive or any other drive, you can just share with somebody else. You cannot actually connect it with another data source or another service or something like that, like a deployment case or analysis, anything. You cannot do such operations. So integration with other services are easy. Basically, this is an enterprise solution with a lot of more wider support over the data types, data which can be uploaded also over the control of the setup, like how the storage should take place. Okay. And also there is a well integration with other services. Okay. So you can just go and check your portal. So I hope all of you have logged into your portal. So just log into your Azure portal, portal.azure.com. Okay. So you can see that already resource groups FTP9 is there, so you're going to use the same FTP9. So what we are going to do, search for storage account. Storage account. Yeah. You can see this first one. This is what we are going to take. Okay, this one. Storage accounts. Okay. So click on that. You can do along with me because it is a simple process. And you can see the interface is similar for everything. Like yesterday when we created SQL Server also, virtual machine also, the interface is very similar. So you can go to the top and click on the create button. So same way we'll be getting a configuration menu. Okay, so a lot of information we have to fill in there. So yesterday, Mahesh told you that whenever we do all the setups and finally we click create, in the backend one JSON file is created and that is being sent to the server, and the server deploy the resource as per our requirement, as per what we given the configuration here. So you know the drill, what to be done. EF subscription, resource group FTP9, storage account name. Let's go with our normal convention. Like I can give like Alvin storage. Okay. So this one do not support capital letters. Okay, if I remember correct. Yeah. So if you try to do, it will give usually a error. Try to do, yeah. It will be telling you that. So it contain only lowercase letters and numbers. So we can stick to that convention. That this naming convention changes from place to place. Like virtual machine, there was no such restriction. So here there is a restriction. It's not a problem because it will give you proper tooltips and this one error messages. You just have to go along with it. Okay. So performance, you have two options, standard and premium. So what is premium? Recommended for scenarios that require low latency. So yesterday, Mahesh also mentioned this word latency. Can anybody tell me what is that meaning of latency?
Lag.
Yes, yes, correct. So that's the time taken, the time delay
Delay
between
time.
for the delay time. So for example, a hard disk also whenever we access it, there is a spindle, there is a pointer inside the hard disk, so there will be rotation of the disk. So how many things will happen? So there will be delay. Like that, whenever you access any cloud resource, there will be a delay for accessing for the communication. So if you use regions nearby us, the delay will be comparatively less. Okay, so such things. So premium means it will be very fast or more efficient, but we can go with standard. It is most of the scenarios. This is enough. Okay, and again redundancy, the same point we always discussed. So we don't want geo redundant or zone redundant. So yesterday Mahesh told you geo redundant means in a different region itself, it will be creating a copy. It will creating a backup mechanism in a different region. So in the first day I mentioned, Azure has divided the entire globe into regions and zones. Okay. So zone redundant means in the same zone in a different data center, it will be creating. That means if it is geo redundant, that means it's completely fail safe. Like even one entire region is down also, your thing won't be get affected because you will have a backup setup, what we say a fault domain in another region. Okay, zone redundant means if one zone getting some issue like natural calamity or cyber attack anything, you will get a backup from another zone within the same region. Okay, so we are not worried about any of these things because we are just doing an experiment. So we'll go with locally redundant storage. That means wherever the exact data center, wherever you are storing, there will be a copy. Okay, there will be a redundancy. Okay, it won't be anywhere outside the EXA data center. Okay, so you can move forward. So I hope all are with me. You are doing the same thing, right? So
Excuse
on,
me.
yes.
I'm not getting this locally redundant option actually.
Why, ma'am? You are. Can you see the URL is same as mine? Storage account. Have you taken the same storage account? So I'll just show it again. Portal. See, there are classic storage account and some other variations. You make sure you are taking this storage account, like this, I don't know, cyan color or blue green color, this one. Or you can search whenever you search the first one. Don't take any other variations. Okay, there are storage, browser, movers, so many things are there.
So
You have to,
what are
yeah,
the
first one.
difference between those accounts? Those are related to cost effectiveness or it's something else?
It is something else. Okay, it is not about
Okay.
cost effectiveness. They are different resources itself. Okay, this is the very basic storage setup. These are dedicated for different things. You must have heard about data lake and data warehouse and all. So basically,
Yes.
underlying setup matters. The speed matters. So many changes will be there.
Sir, Helvin
Okay,
sir, one
thank
more
you.
small doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can I use the same name for yesterday? I can use SQL database creation. The same name I can use for here the storage account also, sir. Is there any problem?
You can use any name, not an issue. It's just an identifier. You can use any
Okay.
name, but since it is not related to SQL, doesn't make sense to give SQL in it, right? That's all. This is just a storage. We are going to upload some files and store in it. So yeah, it's your choice, not an issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So yeah, so that's it. So by this time you have realized that there are so many or customization configurations available, which we are not going to do all of it, and it's it's I don't think in a day-to-day life also we don't have to explore all of these options, but I will just tell you like a few important options in it. Okay, so we are not going to make any changes. Okay, absolutely no changes here. So basics are only this much, and now the next tab is advanced. So advanced is talking about security. So it is like, should you allow, do you want to allow your the storage, whatever is stored, CSV or Excel file, whatever you're going to store, do you want to allow REST API operations on it, like, application programming interface, RESTful API. So this is a method to access a storage or resource using GET requests, okay, HTTP GET request. So do you want to make it available? Okay, do you want to give that provision? By default, it is yes, because REST is very popular now. So people always go with that. So by default, it is yes. So let's keep the default settings. Okay, we are not going to use it, but let's keep the default settings. Why I'm telling you to keep the default settings? No, even if you change few differences in these settings, my storage account and your storage account may behave differently. Okay. For example, I'll tell you some options. If you change, the deletion will be not possible in the storage account. So like that, some things are there. Yeah. So TLS, yesterday already Mahesh explained. Okay, transport layer security. So it will be the maximum always 1.2 TLS is using, and Microsoft Entra authorization also. Mahesh explained that is a different way of authorization, which can be kept common to all the Azure services, but we are not using that also. Okay, permitted scope for copy operations. So that is what we are going to do today. Okay, so that will keep it as from any storage account only, default only. Okay, so that means you can copy to any other storage account in this Azure subscription from this storage account. Okay. Yeah, access protocols, we don't have to do anything. Yeah, so in this stage, okay, in this one, the advanced step, I think the most important thing you need to know is this one. Okay, blob storage. Blob storage. Okay, access style. Okay, access style. Okay, so I told you, you already know that if you go to this eye icon, info icon, it will give you a tooltip. So that is a like short explanation. What is the settings for? So here you can see hot and cool. Two options are there. So hot means if you want to use it day-to-day life. For example, it is Excel sheet you are updating from an application daily basis, or if it is a image file or an image folder from your project, every time you will upload this image to this one, something like that. So it is frequently accessed, okay, day-to-day basis or like that. Not hourly, but at least once in a day, if you're accessing it, it is considered as hot tier. Then what is cool means it's not frequent. Basically for backups and backups happens in once in a while, maybe once in a month, once in a week, something like that. And also backups are not retrieved very frequently. We just do the backup and we keep it there. It's like cold. Okay, we don't go and touch it. Whenever there's a situation of some ransomware attack or something happens, that time we go to the backup. So that is like cool. Okay, so this access tier do affect in the payment part of it. So the charging part will get affected by these two options mainly. Hot means the charging will be more. Cool means the charging will be less. Why? Because usually for the hot one, they use very good access speed hardware setup. Like read and write speed will be more. For cool one, internally they use like maybe HDD kind of setup where read and write speed will be less. Okay, so we also do that, right? In our laptop, what we do, the C drive operating system files will keep in C drive. In SSD, it will be mostly. And other files, movies, once in a while, what we open, we commonly keep in HDD, which is slower. The same basic idea. Okay. And Azure files enable large. Yes.
One doubt. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, if I select a cool access and then
Huh.
I use it very frequently, will it create more charges for me, or it
No,
will
no.
be in same charge block charge plan?
No, it won't create more charge. It will cause inconvenience for your application. like if you try to access it frequently, there will be some very significant delays of accessing. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, that is issue. If you're doing a hobby project and all, if you want to save money, you can go with Cool, but in a practical situation, it is going to be inconvenient. Charge won't
thank
be more. Yeah. So enable large file shares. It's like this storage account support very big data setups. So for those things like 100 TB above and all, sorry, up to 100 TB, if you want to share those files, okay, big files, you have to enable this option. So as of now, we are not going to deal with any of such things. But yeah, if you want to give sharing option for these big files and all, you have to choose this option. For this also will little affect in your cost criteria. Okay, so yeah, so in the advanced tabs, that's it all. So this blob is basically it stands for binary large object. Okay, blob. It's
1 minute, sir. Sir,
yeah.
this large file share means I'm not understanding. Sharing means how, like in a team, if we are allowing to share, or how, sir? This can you clarify this?
Yeah, any type of share. See, today what we are going to do is we are copying from one storage account to another storage account. So what happens is Azure automatically, if the file size is very big, it will give some restrictions for sharing, any type of sharing, like individual sharing or group sharing or sharing to application, any type of sharing. It will be automatically applying some restrictions, because you imagine moving this TBs of data from one place to another. It's not easy. Okay, it is going to require a lot of setup behind it. So that is why by default they put some restrictions. So if you want to avoid such restrictions in your storage account, regardless of the file size, even big files you want to share in any context, like to a application or to another storage account, anything, any kind of sharing, if you want to permit, you have to enable it. That's it. Okay, so this large file is not like our large file. This is like large file, like big data. That's certainly a normal situation. How much we will use? We are not going to use several TBs of data, right? So as of now, it won't be a constraint. When it comes to enterprise level application, or if you're working in a very huge live project like a big e-commerce company or something like that, that time it may matter. Otherwise, it's not. Okay, so let's quickly roll. Okay, feel free to ask in between. Okay, it's okay, not an issue. Yeah. So network access, I know as of now, you know what is the network access point of who all should be allowed to access it, like IP address. Okay, so we always give public access. The public access doesn't mean anybody can access. There will be a proper way mechanism for accessing. Like yesterday we saw, we used the authentication and the server address. If it is a virtual machine, we need to know the IP address of the virtual machine, also the authentication. But the point is, you can access from anywhere around the globe using any network, any IP address. Yesterday, Mahesh also showed you, like in the firewall, you can set like IP address 0002, 255, 255, 255. So that means like you can a range of IP address you can allow like that also. So multiple options are there. So here also we are not going to do any changes. So networking also not really something that we do configure here. We'll go with default. So data protection, this tab, I think it need little discussion on it. So basically you can see here, these are all about the recovery options. So these options you may not see in our virtual machine and SQL Server options. Maybe SQL database you must have seen. Otherwise you don't see this, because storage account is mainly storing for data, right? Therefore, the deletion aspect of it is very important. Okay, so enable soft delete for blobs. Okay, so soft delete means, it's like a temporary deletion. So when we delete from our Windows operating system, it will be going to recycle bin. It won't directly remove from the hard disk where it is actually stored, so that you can retrieve it later from the recycle bin. So in your Gmail also, when you delete, it will go to that bin. After 30 days, it will be automatically deleted. So till the time you have an option to retrieve it. So that means your blob also, whatever you're storing here, it will give you option for recovery. till for 7 days. Okay, so you can customize these days also. By default, it will keep it for 7 days. Okay, so and also for containers. So I'll show you what is a container. So blob in the sense here directly the type of data we upload. Container in the sense like a folder. Okay, folder. So this is by default. Soft delete is there. Keep it like that. Because it's a standard thing. Okay, you don't have to pay anything extra for that. And apart from that, there are some advanced things also. Enable versioning for blobs. Versioning means in Google Docs and all, if somebody come and edit our document, we can see a previous history, who did what at what point of time and all. So why? Because we can go back to that particular point of time. You must have experienced it. Like 3 people are editing, somebody did a mistake. Okay, I can restore to the previous condition of it. So versioning is like you can go back to the previous version and all. But the problem is it will be little costly. Okay, so that is a problem. So we don't switch on this also. I request all of you to go with the same settings. Okay, because even if you change these settings also, you cannot see anything much visible in the outcome, but definitely it will affect the cost part of it. So yeah. So that's it about data protection. Next is encryption. So encryption also yesterday, Mahesh has told you regarding the encryption part of it. You know, encryption, decryption, many type of encryption methods are there. So many things are there. So that is the idea. And so you keep with Microsoft managed keys only. So customer managed keys means it is going to be a little difficult. Like we have to take the responsibility of the encryption part. We can use a customized key from our side and all. So let it be the standard Microsoft managed keys. And enable support for customer managed keys. Okay, it's not really matter, because if at all if you want to do a customer managed key like custom encryption keys, it is by default only for blobs and files. Okay, so what you see here, blob, file, table, queues and all, these are different data structures supported by this storage account. Okay, so blobs, I told you, it's binary large object. So we will be using almost blobs for everything, because it is it is like multi data support, like unstructured data, everything you can upload in the blob, images, video, documents, everything. In that also there are customizations are there, like blob page and all, but yeah, basically it is unstructured. And files like our normal files, it works on a specific protocol and all. Then queues is mainly used for like what do we say, real-time applications, like if you want to store messages between two communication entities and all. So that is queue storage, you must be knowing, like we studied stack queue, the same idea, only queue. Like first in first out idea. So basically these are like underlying data structures, okay, which we can use. And tables is like mostly for structured and semi-structured data. It support both SQL and NoSQL also, tables. So see, there are so many classifications for data. In Azure point of view, in Azure storage account point of view, they mainly have some of that data services, I would say. Okay, so yeah, if depending on this application, specialized application, you will be choosing what to what. So I would say 90% of time we will be going with blob, since it support almost everything. Okay, multimedia also, textual data also, unstructured data also, everything. Okay, so that is the idea. Okay, we'll create the container. That time I'll show you what all can be done there. And next is tags.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me,
Yes.
sir. Can you give me some example on blob where exactly we are using blob?
For
Because files,
unstructured
queues, and all we will be using. But what about the blobs?
a blob, see,
You are on a mute.
yeah, somebody muted me actually. Yeah, I was talking that blob is like SQL blob we have, no, data type, similar to that. Why blob is different from others mean it support all the types. Okay, there is no restriction on the type. Okay, and also it support large files also blob. So you can upload an image also, video also, documents also, anything you can give for a blob. The same blob in MySQL. MySQL blob column data type we use for storing images in a table. The similar idea only. You can say in a single line unstructured huge amount of data. Okay, that will be like blob suitable for. If you know that okay, it's going to be a particular format table, then you can go with tables. But if you're not sure what all type data you need to handle in your storage account, you can always go with blob. Is that clear for you, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So tags, no need to do anything. Okay, as of now, we can just create it. Okay, 10:09. Okay, we can quickly create it. So please, I request all of you to choose different regions. Okay, because otherwise you may get failure in your this one deployment. So I have choose default East US. So if 10 or 15 people use that, then it will be done. The quota will be done. Yeah, so I was lucky mine got accepted. The deployment is going. So this will be our third resource we are discussing from Azure portal. First day virtual machines, second day SQL Server and SQL databases. So this is storage account.
Sir, sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, I missed the tags one. Do we have to mention anything, or it will be fine if we'll not mention anything?
You don't have to mention anything. Can anybody
so
tell me? Yeah. I will make somebody to answer your question. Can anybody tell me what is the use of tags?
Works like a metadata.
Yeah, very good. It's like a metadata. So tags is like common for all the resources. Whatever we handled, every resource, the second last step will be tags. So like it's like tagging. We say no tagging. Like we can put a sticker on it to identify this is by this person. So like that in the resource, I can put a tag. There is no such a way. I can give name Helvin or I can give Helvin developer. So it's just a metadata to identify the resources later on. So you don't have to do it. It's an optional feature.
So it's like every time we are making changes to this basic tab only, remaining all we are keeping it as it is.
As
While
it is, yeah.
working with basic.
Exceptions are there. Yeah, exceptions are there. For virtual machine, we'll be doing in the networking part. And here also in the storage part, the cool and hot and all that usually we change. Okay. So like that, depend on the resource, apart from basic, very few things will be changing.
Okay, thank you.
Based on project requirement, you can customize everything also, not a problem, depending on your project requirement. For example, if a customer is telling that, like, or your project manager is telling that you have to create a storage account in a specific way, like you have to do a custom encryption, or they're telling like the virtual machine should shut down if it is idle for 60 minutes. Okay, so now that, okay, I have to go and change the auto shutdown feature. So like that. Depends on the requirement, you have to customize. Otherwise, if you just want to deploy it, no need to make any changes, you can go with default. So once the deployment is complete, you can go to resource. So go to resource, you will be getting a page like this, overview page. Okay, overview page. So you can see so many options are there. Upload, open in Explorer, delete, move, refresh. And below you can see the name, location, subscription, replication. See replication. What is the redundancy? Okay, locally redundant, LRS we say. LRS. Okay. So provision state succeeded. That means it is allowed. Okay. Creation date, everything is there. So below you can see properties. Okay. Hierarchical namespace, we disabled it. Yesterday, Mahesh told you hierarchy naming, and default tier is hot only. Blob anonymous access is disabled. That means you should access in a proper way. You cannot anonymously access it. So on and so. It's just a review overview of everything. Then monitoring tab, you can see like if somebody is accessing, what is the total read write thing, what is the latency, all those things you can see here. So capabilities. If you want to host a static website on this blob, you can do that, and you can set up data protection. So many options are there. Yes, I would say like each of these resource we can discuss for 1 week itself. So many options Azure is giving. Okay. So what we are going to do? Okay. Before that, all of you got succeeded in deployment. Please tell me that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if anybody having an issue, if you're not able to see your storage or anything, I always told you
And
you
deployment.
can just yeah, very good, very good. So anytime you can go and check for the storage account. See, there are I can see 34 people have created storage account. How many are present here? 226 are there. Okay, I can see only 36 is actively participating. Okay. Yeah. Maybe people are still creating it. So I can see locations here: East US, East US 2, West US, Central US. Okay, very good. South India. Okay, nice. So you can try. Okay, East US. Don't try again because almost everybody has taken East US. So I suggest you to use West US and Indian or African, whatever it is, regions. Those who are doing now. Okay. So anytime you can come here and search for your storage account if you are not able to find it, and you can go to your storage account. So Helvin's and Helvin storage. Okay, this one I think it's from BitSlab. Okay, I'll ignore this. This is the one we created. Okay. So what we're going to do now, on the left-hand side tab, you can see so many options are there. Look at the second one, data storage. Okay, look this one. I'll just zoom and show you. You can see here, data storage. Data storage. So we are going to create a container now. Container like a folder inside this storage account. Okay. So click on that container here. On the container. So you can see there is already one container created. Okay, it is called log. Okay, so $log. So $sign means it is like a pre-created file or like a default file. Okay. So basically, the logs related to our storage account is going to store in this container. You don't do anything with it. Okay, this is like a system generated file. Don't do anything with it. So yeah, so what we can do, we can create a container here. Click on new container and just give any name you like. Like I'll give my container or something like that. Here also we have that small letter thing. So use lowercase and create a container. You can use any name. Okay. So as of now, this is just for uploading. Usually what we do, if you're doing an activity, we name the container as source, sink, or source and destination like that. Yeah. So I don't think you'll get the time for doing it now. So next after the session from EY person, I will do that. Okay. So just create my container. No need to change anything. Okay. No need to change anything. Nothing. Absolutely. Just click create. So those who create a storage account, go ahead, go to container option and create a container. So this is container option here on the left hand side. Okay, and click container and just create a container. Okay, those who are done, just take a screenshot of the same and post in the chat. Let it show your storage account name also and the container name also. So take a screenshot and such a.
Sir, in data storage, there are two things, that is a file sharing and queue. Can you
Yes,
just
sir.
elaborate those concepts? What is a queue data storage?
Queue is mainly used for real-time applications. Like when you want to store like instant messages or something, where speed is very important. Retrieval is need to be done in a fast way. Basically, each of these work in a different data structure. What we call usually queue, we say like it is implementing this very scalable and loosely coupled components. Technically, if you're saying like implementation is different. See, as a user point of view, you won't feel different, but internally how it is being handled is different. For example, files means they are using something called SMB protocol, okay, server message block protocol. So like that depends on that how it is being built in the backend different. Purpose also different. So mainly queues are using for messaging services. Okay, like communicating components between two entities and all. We use queues. So if whatever communication is happening, that can be stored or passed or transmitted through a queue. This is one common application of queue, where tables are commonly used for structured, semi-structured data. Here, container are commonly used for anything. Like you can absolutely store anything, any type of data, like completely unstructured data. There's no restriction on that. So that is why we are going with container. So I would say simply, I would say like file storage, queues, tables, and all are for some specific use cases, where containers are more common use cases. There is no such restriction.
So then what is the difference between if I create a table in a container in a storage, and I create if I create a table in a SQL or any database? So what is the difference between that? Which is more
And the
beneficial?
Yeah, the operations performed will be different. So storage is like just main operation. What we can perform is only accessing, right? But on the other time, if you are creating a SQL table, there are many operations permissible. Like you can perform SQL joins directly on it. For example, yesterday's case we are taking, we're creating a SQL database and doing it. There itself we have query editor. You can do filtering. You can do order by, group by. So many things can be done there. So many operations supported in SQL is permitted there directly. Here it is just storing. If you want to perform any operation from the storage account, you have to use another entity. Okay, so that is what we are going to do next. We are going to use another resource called Azure Data Factory, and we will fetch from here and do it there. So storage is just where it is situated. Okay, we don't have storage account, don't give you any provisions to work on it. So we have to fetch it to some other entity and use it. Whereas in a SQL table, there itself we have a query editor setup and all, where you can manipulate the data then and there.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, I have
Mostly
one
storage.
query.
Yeah.
As you said, this container storage account, we have created container. So container is one of the folder. So we can place
Yes,
our
yes.
files or something in this particular. We
Exactly.
can upload it.
Exactly.
And the same way we can just use them. So can you
Exactly.
tell us the way how we can upload a particular file or
Yes,
something?
yes, sure, ma'am. That is what we are going to do next. So just click on this container. Okay, just click on this container, and you can just go to this upload option. Okay, upload option. So click on this container, and you can go to the upload option. Okay, so let me upload one file. You can upload any file. Okay, I told you if you want to try image, you can try anything. So let me upload a CSV file. And search it from the folder FTP. I'm selecting a file. Okay, you can drag and drop also. So I selected a file called emp.csv. anything. You can try Excel file, you can try Word document, you can try image file, anything. Don't go with videos because it will take a lot of time and storage. So go with something simple. Even text file would do. Okay, so something simple you can try, experiment it, and you can try upload. So we can successfully see that employee.csv is uploaded into my container. Okay, my container, the name itself is my container. So you can try that. So this is the first step. Okay, so just familiarize with how to create a storage account, how to upload that. So the next section, what we are going to do, we are going to perform operations on these files, what we upload using ADF. Okay, Azure Data Factory. So there are some options I would like to tell you. Yeah, somebody was asking if I create with cool letter, if I want to frequently access. Okay, so will it charge more? It won't charge more, but it will be inconvenient, I said. Right? So if you want to change the tire, okay, you have an option to change the tire here. So click on the file. For example, I created everything in a cool setup, okay, for low cost. Later I realized, okay, this one file I need to access frequently. That time, I should also give a provision to set up the tire only for that. Okay, you can change the tire here. Okay, if it is cool, I can change it into hot. If it is hot, I can change it to cool, like that. You can do that. The cold is like very slower than cool also. It will be like in fridge you have freezer and a normal setup, right? Like that. So chiller and freezer, I would say like that. Cold is like very rarely accessed. If you want to make it like that, you can do it. Archive is like, just for memorial purpose, like just for keeping it storage. We may not use it at
Backup.
all. Yeah, backup. Yeah, backup. So that also we can think of it. So that is one possibility you have. So try this and tell me if you have any issues with this. So one more option here I would like to show you. So one is this changing tire of that particular file. You can do that. Okay, so in case if you didn't set up it. So what we give during the storage account creation is generally, okay, generally what you want to give for the access tire. So by default, if I choose hot, all the files will be hot tire. Okay, that is like a default case, general case. Later, if you want to set a one file or set particular files into another tire, you can do that. Okay. So I hope till this it is clear. So any doubts, please
Sir,
ask.
one query.
Yeah.
If I create my storage in cold, okay, or
Okay.
cool tire, and
Okay.
like this way, if I create one file or container in a hot tire,
Yes.
so what it will affect? It won't get conflict with that setting.
No. It won't. It won't conflict. It will affect only your billing. It won't affect anything
Really?
else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So means if I make my storage in a cold place, but if I put my files in a hot tire, so that will create more charges for me.
Yes, it will charge. See, for example, 10 files are there. For all the
Hmm.
10 files are hot means obviously the charge will be more. 9 files
Okay.
are in cool and 1 file is in hot. Only for that, like proportionally, it will charge.
So in case if I create my my storage in a hot tire, and if I
Ah.
keep all my files in hot only, in that case it would create less cost for me.
Yes, correct, less cost. So the initial option is like what we choose, hot or cold, is like a default option for my storage account.
Okay.
So
Thank
as we said, it is pay as you go, okay, on demand, right? So just because you took the setting doesn't mean it will incur cost. What actually, how many accessing read write is happening, based on that only the charging part will come, and also based on the size of the files you upload.
Thank you.
That was a very good question. Yeah. So thank you for your active participation. Yeah. So one more thing I'll tell, and I will wind up the session. You can see here acquire lease option. Okay, acquire lease. So just try clicking on that. Okay. So you can see that right side, you'll see a lease status here. Okay. So successfully acquired lease on the following blocks. Okay. So that means the status of the lease is changed. Okay. So once it is leased, okay, there will be some restrictions applied on that particular block. Okay. That means you cannot, once this one is lease acquired, you cannot delete that file. Okay, if somebody tried to delete the file or do something, it will be giving a option that it is currently under lease. Okay, it's currently used. Or also it will the lease will give you option to control concurrency access, like simultaneous access. If only one client will have a ability to modify the particular block. Okay, so otherwise two people access same time, they can modify at same time. So that may lead to ambiguity, confusion, conflicts and all. So if a file is very important for you, if you want others from accessing it, you can do this option of acquiring lease. Okay, so later if you want to release it for everybody, you can just use the break lease option. Okay, break lease. So if it will confirmation, it will ask you, okay, do you want to modify it? You want to break the lease? You can click OK. So now it is released. It's like a locking mechanism. Okay, like a leasing is for controlling the deletion and simultaneous access on it. Okay, so try that also. So changing tire also there, acquiring lease also there. So acquiring lease will help you from preventing others from deleting it, also from rewriting it, and also from simultaneous accessing, like simultaneous edits and all. Okay, so that would be the end of our storage account. So I'll just revise. We created a storage account, we created container, we uploaded files, and we explore few options. So I hope that is clear. So now time is 10:31. See Shashwadan.
Hi, Helvin. Hi, Mahesh. Shashank here.
Yeah, hi Shashank.
So we'll wait for Ravati if he has joined. He's here. Hi, Bharat.
Hi, Shashank.
Hi. So Bharat, I've made you the presenter and we'll start in 2 minutes. I just share my screen.
Okay.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Shashank, it's visible.
Thanks, Aswadan. So a very good morning to all the faculty members present here. My name is Shashank Shekhar and I work as a SME and manager for this program. And I welcome the team from EY GDS. I also welcome all the faculty members to this today's enlightening volunteer engagement session on data analytics Power BI. I thank you all for joining the session, and to facilitate the session, we have our esteemed expert from EY, Mr. Aravati Venkat Bharat Kumar. Mr. Aravati Venkat Bharat Kumar works as a data engineer with EY GDS, having more than 5 years of experience in the field of data and analytics. He is a professional with expertise in a diverse set of technologies and tools within the realm of data management and analytics. He possesses a strong command of Microsoft Azure, showcasing proficiency in deploying and managing scalable cloud solution, a well-versed engineer in SQL, demonstrating a deep understanding of database design, optimization, and maintenance. He is a skilled data modeler, bringing structured and strategic approach to design robust data architectures. He is certified in Azure Data Engineering and has other certifications with Microsoft Azure as well. He also has a very good experience in agile methodologies, and he ensures efficient project delivery to the cloud. With this brief introduction, I hand over the session to Bharat, and I hope in this engaging session, Mr. Bharat will deep dive into the world of data and analytics, sharing invaluable insights, best practices, and real life examples. And I hope all the faculty members, the attendees over here, will have the opportunity to learn about its capabilities, understanding the potential impact on business intelligence, and they must aware about the tips and tricks to maximize its effectiveness. So I welcome you, Bharat, and I hand over the session to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shashank. Thanks for the great introduction. So hello, faculty team. Good morning. Hope you all are doing good. Um, so I'm audible, right?
Yes, Bharat, you're
Okay,
audible.
okay, sure. Thank you. Just give me a second. Yeah, so currently I'm working as a consultant at EY for the data and analytics practice. So where we used to design, develop, and deploy the full, end-to-end data analytics services to the clients. And also, my total experience is of 5+ years with mainly core as an Azure data and analytics part, where we use the Azure related services for the data engineering and the visualization and the modeling also. So like kind of ADF as an orchestrated tool, Azure Data Factory, Databricks for the ETL as an ETL tool, extract transformation loading tool, and the storage purpose. We do have different databases. Along with that, the storage service as ADLS, Azure Data Lake Storage Service, and mainly the visualization tool that we use is the Power BI. And in the Power BI, like we do have different parts. The data capability and the modeling capability and the visualization capability. So we can like we do have different connectors in Power BI where we can connect to different data. So this makes Power BI a special and outstanding apart all from the other things. So we choose to go with Power BI for the visualization part. And so my vision as a developer is to make things robust and clean and simple actually. So whenever, even though there is a complex problem that we may not understand in the initial phase, so but when we go to the higher level of granularity, so tackle the problem like in a chunks, that makes a solution very much simple. So this is what most of the clients expects from us actually. The problem can be any much complex things, but the solution has to be simple. So why it has to be simple is so it can be migrated to any place, and it can be reused, and it can be accommodated in any place whenever they want to use this in their particular module. So that's why they expect these things from us. And let me start with the understanding from you. What is the Power BI and what is the cloud computing? So anyone of you like, can you just like from any one of them, Power BI, what is meant by Power BI? What is your understanding? You can just unmute and tell a few words. Yeah.
Power BI, we can see the dashboard. We can check the reports of the activities that we are. Cloud
Okay.
computing is basically storing the data in access.
Okay. Yes. Visualizing and storing the data. But yeah, any other points?
We can transform data also through the Power BI.
Okay.
Sir, this is actually a business intelligent tool, I can say. Hello. It's a business intelligent and visualization tool. Business intelligent in the sense what it will do, it will just collect the data, analyze, transform, and it gives the report whichever we want. So that's what I can say. It's a visual like a business intelligence tool.
Mm, yeah, just a second. Yeah, I'll share the presentation after completing these questions actually about the Power BI and cloud computing directly to the case study. Yes, correct. All of you said correctly. It's a business intelligence tool. So where we can do the small level ETLs also or ELTs also. And second. Yes. Second. Where the Power BI is where we can do the business intelligence, we can do the visualization, we can load the data from different sources and transform the data. We can do the data modeling. So let's start from the beginning. So the Power BI, it's a purely just not an visualization tool. So it can do many other stuff as we think. It's beyond what we think actually. It can handle billions of like rows into its visuals, and it can load even terabytes of data also into the visuals, and which shows as the streams the data in the real time. So when we see there are three layers in this Power BI, Power BI, Power Query, and the data modeling part and the visualization part. So Power Query, where we load the data from different sources and transform it using the M query. Okay, so there are two modes to fetch the data: direct fetching, load and direct query. So for the real time we use the direct query, where we directly query the data from the database, and then after that we need to model the data. I mean, either it can be star schema or the snowflake schema. Either of the thing we can choose, or we can choose our own data modeling style. Even after that we go for the visualization. Okay, and after completing the visualization, it has to be reached out to the wider audience. So here comes the play of the Power BI service. So
Aravati,
yeah,
sorry to jump in now.
yeah.
In that, I mean, screen sharing, we have a different slide. So I thought I can check with you
No,
which
no.
slide.
I'm just telling about
Okay.
the Power BI.
Oh,
It's totally about the case study. This slide is about the case study. So I'm just
okay.
starting with the Power BI. What
Sure.
capability it has.
Sure. Thanks.
Uh, Yeah. So after building the Power BI report, I mean the visualizations, all the whatever we required according to the business use case, KPIs, implementations, the bar charts, and the real-time data, real-time visuals, all the things. So what we can do is we can publish this report into the Power BI service. There we can schedule the refresh time. So for suppose a report has to refresh every 1 hour, we can schedule it accordingly there. So whenever we give access to that particular report, the people can go through it. So this is a higher level view of the Power BI and its service that it provides to us. So now let's come to a case study. Um, I chose to the case study as Swiggy. So where it uses Power BI and majorly Azure Active Directory for the access control. Okay, so you know what access control is. So in an organization there would be many people, but only I mean all the people won't be working in one thing. So they will be working in different sects. So they need to be provided the access accordingly to their sex, so that they can access their data only. So that's why we use this Azure Active Directory for providing it, and Power BI for the visual for the uh, analytics tool, as an analytics tool. So the Swiggy, so these are the contents. First, we'll go through the overview of it, why Swiggy, and what is the challenge it has faced, and what are the changes needed, and what would be the solution based on the challenges and the changes required, and what would be the outcome from the solution that we have provided, and how would the dashboard looks, and what is the security and the cost effectiveness. So now let's dive into the overview of it. So, like, what do you know, guys, about the Swiggy? I mean, what is your perspective? Either it can be engineering perspective or just customer perspective. So anything, just you can open up. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about the Swiggy? What does it mean? What does it do? Anyone from the team can?
Online food.
Yes, online food delivery platform. Correct.
Yeah, delivery. You can come home. You can bring anything. It broken the barrier of bringing any purchasing an item from the shop or bringing an item from the shop.
Yeah, exactly. So it broke the barrier. Exactly. It broke the barrier to go even outside and then just wait in the queue or all the stuff. It has broke the barrier. So Swiggy has I mean, in an overview, like you guys mentioned, Swiggy is an food ordering and delivery platform. Yes, absolutely correct. So when we remember this Swiggy, so there are certain parameters that we need to think of it actually. um, what does a Swiggy do? So we order the food and we get it. That's what we know. But there is this thing. So this is a customer point of view. But when it comes to the business point of view, they have to connect with restaurants and make their menu in the Swiggy Swiggy application or the portal ready. So and then their quantity and also to be noted, because whenever any quantity is like it's exhausted, I mean it's completed, it should not be shown. So and the timings of the restaurant and all the details, so restaurant becomes a dimension here actually. And apart from this, so it offers different filters actually, it has to offer to us. So what is the food that we like, it has to show based on our interest, and it has to show veg and non-veg section separately, and it will show the starters, the mid course, and the salads and the drinks and even other things. So the Swiggy, they have decided to build this particular platform. So whenever a customer comes into the Swiggy application, they should not go by just searching. So I mean, the searching means if we just search for any food, so if it takes much time, so like customer gets delayed, and he may move to the other platform even. So instead of that, so the if you just open the Swiggy, you can just see in veg or non-veg, so whatever we want we will select. And after that, if we click on any of the veg and non-veg, it will show all the restaurant names. So that restaurants is also filtered based on our location. This is also the main criteria that the food ordering platform has to provide us. Because if for suppose I'm in Hyderabad at one place, like let's take Begumpet, and it has to show nearby restaurants only. If it shows some around which is a restaurant which is almost 25 kilometers far from me, it cannot be delivered that such as easy, because everything will be high, the delivery charges and all the things, and the time delay also will happen. So in this course of time, anything can happen. So this shows only certain range of the restaurants which provides us the for the high quality things. So these are all the parameters when it comes to the business. And this one, it is purely the data driven. So the applications, it should be the data driven applications, because whenever we just click an order, select an order, the real time notification will be sent to the restaurant, and whenever he accepts the order, it will be again sent to the customer. And then again, if you see, it shows from the restaurant whether the cooking has started, and all these steps, I mean step by step. So whenever we like we select on the like cooking started, it will be shown to the customer and also to the delivery boy even. And whenever the food is ready, it will be shown to the customer, and also the delivery boy will be get notified. Then he will be traveling to that particular restaurant, and then when he picks up the order, again it will be notified. So it's a step by step process. I mean, if you see, the delivery boy's precise location will be shown in the Swiggy maps even. So it makes us more clearer that it is more reliable, transparent even, and it has certain strong SLAs. I mean, SLA in the sense service level agreements. So for suppose if customer has to wait for 2 hours, no, it's not a possible thing to wait for 2 hours. In this meanwhile, he can go out and take and come with the things. So it would be like around 30 to 40 minutes. That would be a reasonable thing when it is more distance, and when it is nearer, like 10 to 20 minutes, it could be a reasonable time. So based on this, the strong SLAs, the Swiggy is performing better and better day by day with the data interaction between the applications and the warehouse. Now, here comes our real part actually. What is a challenge? So here comes our data part actually. So why Power BI is required and why the data solution is required? Because these are going in the flow. So for suppose in the customer perspective, whenever he looks over the food, he can order it. And just think of the business perspective and the restaurant's perspective. So when the orders are high, how do they know? And for suppose let's take in the on the New Year's Eve. So what happens? The number of orders will be increased heavily. And when you take just on mid Wednesdays, I mean mid of the week in the Wednesdays afternoon, so the orders will be little bit low, and Saturday Sundays it will be high. So how do we analyze all these things? I mean, not just by the words, they have to do with the real time with respect to the data. So here is our these are the things that we need to tackle from the data, from what we get. So here, what is the challenge? Main challenge. So the Swiggy BI tool previously it was very much complex and it was more time consuming. Where the daily refresh, it is like let's take the refresh of the dashboard should happen within 5 to 10 minutes in an usual, but if it takes 20 to 30 minutes it would be very much delaying, and data loading limitations are very much low. And whenever these there are certain limitations in the data loading, so the data discrepancies are also happen. So you may think that what is meant by data discrepancy. So for suppose we got the data of the orders to that particular restaurant, okay, and while we are loading this particular file into our the BI tool, so the data is not like loaded perfectly. So the data is moving from one column to another column. So let's say order ID, restaurant name, and the customer ID is there. So order ID is perfectly coming. Whenever restaurant name, it is not coming up perfectly. I mean, restaurant name is moved to the customer ID. So the data discrepancy, anything can happen. So that is what happening with their BA tool even, and so they were seeing a remarkable growth in the company, number of orders, number of sales, and the volume is also getting increased, and they are able to expand the multiple cities. But their analysis has to be much bigger. I mean, it has to be proportionate with respect to the business, our analysis. So as a growth, I mean, like as this result of growth, dashboard has also this accessibility issues actually. So whenever let's say the regional manager has to access a dashboard, so they might not be able to access the dashboard perfectly, and the functionality is not as they expected. There are certain limitations, and there are certain security concerns which made the existing platform unstable. So what these are all the challenges. um, Let me know in the chat box. You may think what could be the legacy BI tool which is having the challenges. Okay, so now if you have any doubt, just let me know, or I can continue with next one. Okay, I'm continuing. So what are the changes needed? So first thing is like Power BI, the BI platform has to be changed based on the business. And so next thing is like whenever we want to change any platform, we have to gather all the requirements what we required. So which BI platform requires for the smoother experience, the better user experience, and it has to be faster, and it has to be, I mean, good in access control and all these things. So the Swiggy team has gone through the implementation of the proof of concept on different BI tools. Okay, and they have analyzed these parameters: how much they are reliable, how much they are scalable, and how much it can have the peak. Peak loaded. I mean, peak testing, and they have tested. They have tested for suppose different region levels also, and different access limitations also. Everything they have tested, and they finalized that the Power BI is the best choice for them, that fulfills all the requirements, and which handles the growth of the organization, and also cost effective within their range actually. Okay, so that's how they have chosen the Power BI. Usually in an organization anywhere, it goes the same way actually. So first we do the POC, and like we will take the parameters, whether the POC, whatever the tools we have, tech stack or tools we have used, whether it is satisfying that parameters, then we will go with that particular tool. If any even like small advantage over with respect to another tool, we could choose the better one, and there we consider the cost effectiveness also. Yeah, and what is the solution provided from the Power BI? um, so here just a second, sorry. Wait a minute. Yeah, so the solution, that they have provided. So first we have to build the architecture. So first we need to know what are the sources that we are using it. So based on the sources we will connect, for the sources we will connect to the internal analytics team, who work with the BI experts. So connecting with them and asking them to migrate the existing dashboards into the Power BI with the minimal time frame, and also with minimal changes even within a short span of time. Why? Because so they want to move into the Power BI immediately, because they can have the greater experience. So the first migration happens, and then they will start with the enhancements. And so now the solution architect gives us freedom for analysts and content authors to access the data they need and use the workspace to create specific reports. So as I have mentioned in the Power BI service, so there are we can create the different workspaces. So anything doubt? I hear some sound. Okay, so different workspaces. What is meant by a workspace? So let's take there is there is an sales team, and there is an I mean analysis team, and there is an other KPIs team. So these teams will be having different workspace. In their respective workspace, their reports will be there. So manager will be having one level of access, and the analyst will be having another level of access. So, and the end user, who can be the regional manager, or and or the like the restaurant owner, or who manages the restaurant, like from the Swiggy team, they will be having a different level of access over the workspace and the reports. So Swiggy is strategically taking advantages of this Power BI open platform tools to solve their problems actually. Um, and let's go to the solution. I mean, how the architecture has designed. So if you see, one second, let me make an laser pointer. So if you see, they have different connectivity, different data sources. So they are having the cloud and on premises, both the sources they are having. So let's take the Snowflake. It's an online platform, and the sorry cloud platform. PrestoDB, it's an cloud platform, and MySQL, it's an cloud platform, and the CSVs, it's an on premises. In their SharePoint, they are storing the Excel files. Usually they used to take all the things manually, and they have to do it, fetch the data manually, and they have to build the dashboards. Now in the Power BI, so using so what happens is, like, in these particular data sources, they have created the aggregated tables directly, and then using the connectors, it can be either native connector or the ODBC connector. So what they are doing, so using the Power BI desktop, they are fetching the aggregated tables directly. Okay, so they, or even the normal data sets directly into this Power BI using the
Excuse
Power
me, sir.
Query. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. What is that aggregated table? Can you tell me?
Okay. Okay. Aggregated table in the sense, let's take we do have the orders table, and in the orders table, there are these columns. I mean, order ID, and a customer ID, a restaurant ID, order time, and what are all the things that they have ordered. Okay, so when we see this way, so there will be many things like um, Ram, Sita, Geeta, Shyam. All these people have ordered different things from different restaurants. All the things will be having. Let's take aggregated data in the sense. So I will pick one. So I want to see the data. How many orders happened on the restaurant? So I will just write an SQL query like select restaurant name, restaurant ID, comma count of orders from the table group by over restaurant ID. So this gives the aggregated data. You got my point? What is meant by aggregated data?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so it can be, I mean, whatever the data that we are fetching, we can fetch the aggregated data or the usual directed data even. So how are we getting connected to different sources? Snowflake, PrestoDB, MySQL, Excel, these are the things, right? So Excel is in the SharePoint. So if you go in the Power BI desktop, you can see the connection there. There you can have multiple sources there they have listed out, and you can just search for it, and we need to provide the respective information for it. So for example, for MySQL DB, we have to provide the host, the username, password, and the server and the port. So for the Excel, we have to provide the SharePoint name and the file path. So these things, and the Snowflake, it can be the table name and the host, the table name, and the schema name. In the PrestoDB, the same way we have to provide. So all the tables were fetched in an desktop and then transformed in the mQuery, and either they have directly fetched aggregated data or they have aggregated data in the mQuery, and then after saving that particular data, then they started with the building the data modeling part. So this is crucial, which makes the connectivity between different tables actually. So let's take for an example, we have, as we mentioned, the the orders table. So orders table will be connected to the customer table where it shows the customer details, and the restaurant table where it shows the restaurant details, and restaurant can be connected to the items table where it shows the items detail. So this way we can have either star schema or the snowflake schema or any kind of respective modeling what we require. And after that, we start creating the visuals now. So now we will go into the visualization pane and start doing building whatever the like visuals that we require. So here, after creating the visuals, what we will do here, we will assign the row level security in the desktop itself. So manager, if so, okay, if this guy's role is a manager, this guy has to access this particular things only. I mean, this page only. So for suppose this guy is an analyst, or that this guy has to access only this particular pages only. If this guy is a really regional manager, so he has to access only his region things. So let's take in the India itself, we do have different places where the Swiggy is handling the things. So let's take in Hyderabad. So Hyderabad regional manager is there. So Telangana regional manager is there, Andhra Pradesh regional manager is there, so or Maharashtra regional manager is there. So they will be seeing only their respective data. They won't be seeing other respective datas actually. After this thing, so if you see Active Directory and the Power BI security groups, using these two, we will be providing the row level securities. Okay, and optimization layer. So after building anything, we have to check whether the running is smooth or not. I mean, the visual is loading smooth or not. So for suppose when we filter any on any page, the data will get filtered, right? So whether it is loading smoothly or not, or how can we make it smoother? So here comes in the visuals, we might use the direct columns, or we might use the uh, DAX queries also. So DAX in the sense data, I mean these DAX queries in the sense, so that the DAX query in the sense, so where we can write, I mean it is an computational, it's an computational aggregated value. So whatever we want, we will compute using the DAX queries. Okay. So I'll mention the DAX link or the chat at the end of it. You can go through it actually. So how the DAX thing works. So here when when we have the Power BI desktop, so by default we will be having the DAX Studio 2 and the Power BI helper, which will help us in optimizing the things actually, whether this particular DAX query will run faster or not upon this data, and how can we optimize it. And there is one more another thing called a Vertipack Analyzer. So it's an kind of an extension to the optimization layer that they have added. So from these things, they started optimizing it. And so when it comes to the production layer, so they do have the workspace and the apps. So for the dev, testing and production, they do have different workspace, and they do deploy accordingly. And there will be separate data set refresh scheduler accordingly. As I mentioned, the Power BI service, it will be available, and also the reports and dashboards. So you may think that what is a report and what is a dashboard. So whatever we have developed till here, we have developed the report, Power BI report, which will be in the format of PBIX, .pbix file. After publishing it into the service, it becomes the report only. So whenever we integrate many reports into one single pane, that becomes a dashboard. Okay. So hope you guys understand with the reports and the dashboards. Now, reports and dashboards will be given access to the business users accordingly for the analysis. So let's look into so till here in the solution and the architect that currently Swiggy is using. So do you have any questions on this? Anything you can just open up or anything like that.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain again? After multiple report, you said something. So
Okay. Okay. So let's take, we do have the sales report and the cost report and the orders report and the customer frequency report. So when we combine like customer report and the orders report into one single thing, that becomes a dashboard actually. Okay. So dashboard is having a feature where we can combine multiple reports in a single pane and look all the things.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. So now what's the outcome from this? So after building the architecture and building the reports and the dashboards, what we got is like many of the questions were answered. So how many number of orders in last hour or even yesterday, and which cities are performing better, which cities are performing weak. So let's take an example. Let's take an example on Ganesh Chaturthi. Everything from the Maharashtra region will be very much busier, and Andhra, Telangana, it will be much lower when compared to it. So on the festive times, how it performs, so which will be having what impact. So let's take on the Christmas Eve, it will be very much high. On the next day, the sales might be very much high. On the next day, sales might get low actually. I mean, from this, we will be able to read the customer behavior on day-to-day analysis, and where we can start the new campaign. Let's take whenever you do any payments, you see you'll get a voucher of Swiggy 100 rupees voucher or a 10% discount voucher. So how do these campaignings are getting done? I mean, how do these offers are getting done? So based on the customer data, their analysis, and then their usage. So let's take for suppose in Hyderabad city, one of the region is doing very much low. So what they can do is like they can campaign the thing there. They can publish extra notifications, extra offers to that particular thing. And what is the conversion rate? So how many people have downloaded and how many people have ordered, and how many people are doing order frequently. So this is what the conversion rate meant. So based on the above strategy, they can increase their conversion rate, so which will tactically increase their business value also and the business also. So let's take example dashboard that they have built. So this is a real-time metrics dashboard where it shows in different places and their trends actually. So you can see here is the city and here is the area filter and slot and the city type. So let's come to the city. City, it can be Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, and overall all the cities. And area in the sense which area does it belongs to. I mean the state wise it can be. And the slot in the sense last hour or last 2 hours or last 6 hours or last 12 hours, it can be that. And the city type, whether it is an metro city, non-metro city, or rural area, it can be anything. And you can see the city trend bar graph here, stacked sorry combined bar graph here. So where it shows current orders and like SDW orders. I mean I mean Swiggy daily trend orders here. So you can see it's almost matching actually. On an average, it is more than on an average when it comes to it. And if you see the Delhi thing, the average is high and the current orders are low with respect to an hour. And if you see here, this is an hour trend. At what hour the orders are at peak time. If you see at the midnight 12, the orders are low, and even between 4 to 6 the orders are even very bare minimum. And if you can see between 12 to 2 p.m. the orders are high, and when you see here 6 to 9 the orders are very much high. So how come these insights are very useful? Because whenever we have an application, so just imagine that we have designed an application to handle just 1 lakh users, and for suppose 10 lakh users are using it in an point at an point of time. So we should be able to scale up that particular application accordingly. So whenever we know these timings and these regions, we will maintain like we will create the application with such scalability where whenever it is required, it will add a load balancer or it will add any compute engine or it will add any storage for any other purpose, and it will scale up immediately within a point of time. So that's why the cloud computing is playing a much bigger role here along with Power BI. And you can see here the below table here, the city where you can see the cities are there: Kota, Kozhikode, Kurnool, Lucknow, and Madurai, Mangalore, Meerut, and number of current orders and orders SDW with respect to time, and what is the percentage growth. I mean how much percentage it has increased, and the comparison of the percentage difference between these two, it shows percentage increase. And if you see in the kernel, average is 955 and current R is 811 only, so it's minus 157, and it is a orders est and growth current versus est. And like there are different parameters according to the business that they have designed. Actually we can show the percentage difference, what is the increased percentage or whether it has decreased, and accordingly we can play with the data. So this is dashboard that shows the real-time metrics. And here it is a supply sales dashboard where it is having different parameters to filter up. So which city, which version, area, business classifier, and the parent name, parent ID, and the SM name, rest category, rest area category, rest name, and the rest ID. These are all the parameters that they are getting from the data and then used as the filters. And then here they can select any other metrics even. So POP orders percentage, and they can select the value also. They can select the difference orders and the metrics. So based on the metrics they choose to decide. So here the graph changes accordingly. So where they can understand, okay, at this like at this point this is very much high. So this is a 12 months order performance with key metrics, and this is a weekly business performance metrics. So we can drill down into yearly, monthly, and the weekly, and the daily, and even hourly whenever we required. Okay. And next one is just a traffic and conversion dashboard, which we have mentioned. How many? So if you see the traffic is 5.8 million, and new user is 1.0 million. And what is the total conversion rate? I mean, total conversion rate in the sense how many have opened the app and how many have placed the order successfully. That is what meant the conversion rate. So the business deal has to close actually. So business deal here is ordering any item from the Swiggy. So here it shows 24.7 conversion rate. So out of 100 members, almost 25 people are ordering it. And there are other parameters that they are deciding. And there are different bar graphs and line graphs and multi-line graphs, which shows from which Android, web, iOS and MWeb different browsers where they are ordering, and then new visitor or repeated visitor, and breakfast, dinner, late night, and the snack at what time they are ordering it, and traffic by the city. So Bangalore is having major thing, and Gurgaon is having the major 10 things. You can see here the major 10 in the tree chart, and you can just filter based on the visitor type, customer type, platform, and the day of the week, and traffic by the visitor on which days the traffic is very high. So these are all the dashboards that they have created, and this is how it will be useful in the real time use case. And like the security in the sense, let's take this sales dashboard here in the city. For suppose I'm an a regional manager at the Delhi, where I need to see this particular dashboard. I will see only in the filter options, I will see only the Delhi. I won't see any other places. So this is how access control is restricted between the business users. So any more doubts in the dashboard, or any reports, or any KPIs that they have provided, or any charts? Okay. So what like how comes it is cost effective? So where the Power BI I mean, a BI platform, Power BI is cost effective because its computational resource is taking the Microsoft capabilities to do the improved efficiency operations for the dashboards and the service that it is providing. And it also shows the near real-time metrics for the business to take certain actions very much quicker, and also the decisions. As Swiggy is growing like bigger and bigger, so it has to scale up, right? So the Power BI is the best platform, even it is having huge amount of data, and the Power BI produces Swiggy with an overall lower total cost of ownership, as well as it is also saving time in the refreshing part, and the reporting, and the dashboard creation even. So this is about the Swiggy use case from my side. So let me know, guys, if you have any questions in this. I'm open to take the questions. Or you can just ask in the chat box.
Sir,
Yes.
how it can the Power BI uses AI concept to visualize the data?
Okay, nice question. So recently, Power BI has launched Power BI Copilot version actually for the premium users. So where it can, so suppose on a just a single click, it understands our data. It will create it create the visuals and the dashboards accordingly with its AI knowledge. I mean, model train knowledge. Apart from this, it has the Power BI Copilot where we will just prompt the thing that we required, and it generates the DAX query accordingly where we can use it. So the simple DAX queries who are just very entry to the DAX queries, they can just like use a Copilot, and then they can just try to bring some DAX queries and use that in the visuals. So this makes like AI leveraged platform for the Power BI even.
But it might be there in there is a fraud model, sir.
Didn't get you.
Where it will be using the AI concept in the building the models somewhere.
No. Like based on their existing models, which Microsoft has built. So whenever we click auto generate report, so it auto generates the report based on the data that we are providing in the report. So we don't need to create any visuals. Just there is an option called like generate automated report. So that creates automatically. No model needs to be trained here because internally Microsoft took care of the things. So okay. So if you are good with it, I'll go with the next case study. So in the meantime, just give me like 2 to 3 minutes of break. I'll be back in 2 to 3 minutes. So if you have any doubts, you can just put that in the chat. I'll just answer when I'm back.
Yeah, Bharat.
हेलो
आप सुन पा रहे हैं? मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको?
हेलो
Yes, Mahesh.
yes Alvin is completed, right?
No, I don't think so. He was talking.
I think I'm not getting Bharat voice, so I'm asking this.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Hi Mahesh.
Bharat, you're there on call?
Yes, I'm there. I just
Oh,
went
yes,
for.
now you're audible to me. Sorry,
Yes.
sorry for the interview.
It's okay. No issues. Sorry. So
Yeah, Bharat.
yeah, yes, Pawan.
So actually, like, so we are now faculty, right? So looking to change the profession, like, as of now. So coming to my perspective, like, I learned Python, next Power BI, so and then SQL and also.
Okay.
So like, so after having 3 to 4 years of experience in assistant professor job, so how it will be good to shift the profession in analytics?
That will be always welcomed here because there are many. There are many. I wouldn't say like I would say there are many opportunities here in the analytics domain, and in the recent days, as the data is getting generated very high, and the opportunities also getting very high. But learning Python, SQL, and Power BI would be a greater starter for your. Changing the profession. Yeah, that would be good. Pawan.
So that will be basic thing, right? Like, later we can move on to the cloud analytics and all.
Yes. You can move. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. So I'm starting with a next case study. I'm sharing my screen. Just let me know. So, okay. Are you able to see my screen? Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Second. 1 second. Let me reshare it. I have some problem. Okay. So in this So in this, the case study 2 is about the Lenskart, how it has leveraged the Power BI and other cloud related tech stack also. Okay, and let's go with the same way. The content, what is it? How they have leveraged the data driven intelligence. What is the solution that they came up with, and what is the outcome of it, and what are some few dashboards, and how they are ready with the future. Future challenges. Yeah. So when it comes to the Lenskart, can you just tell me what do you understand by the Lenskart and how it's a business model or engineering perspective or as usual, the customer perspective. Yes. Can anyone just yeah. Okay. So, I mean, Lenskart is an e-commerce platform where it sells like it's in the business of D2C. I mean, direct to customer actually. I mean, we would say B2C, directly business to the consumer. And it's an omni-channel retailer where it's not just concentrated on selling the products. It makes their own products, and it has their own stores, and it has their own e-commerce applications, and it has their own platform for all the stuff that it does. So that's why it called as an omni-channel retailer actually. And it's one of the fastest growing e-commerce led eyewear retail chains in the world. I mean, it's almost having more than 1100 plus stores in India, and it's growing its food chain at East Asia and Southeast Asia and the Middle East and the US also. Um, and how apart from this, so how does a Lenskart engineering business works? So whenever we are in need of an optical related stuff, we in the previous days we used to go to the I mean local optical store optician to get checkup, and we will take this prescription and then go to the optical store, get the varieties to which for which we want. Okay. uh, s- in this thing there are certain limitations with respect to the customer choice actually. So there will be certain levels till only the store can have, but based on this it's like the complex things. How in the sense, for suppose a customer is have it has to wait for the supplier to supply the I mean a product to the store. So where here in the Lenskart it is not that way. So all the retail stores will be having all the sample products, and they can have also the sample products in the e- e-commerce application or website also. There the customers can choose, and there they can order directly. So that will be manufactured and accordingly processed and accordingly sent to the customer. So here customer the priority of the customer choice has increased a lot. So where however we want, we can, if you try the Lenskart application, there you can check how the frame looks on you by just turning to the left and the right up and the down, how it looks to you, whether it can be optimal or not, and what is this based on your face of the size, and based on your face related stuff, face related things, what are the best things it can best thing we can do it, just not even by going to the store, we can order directly from our home. And also it also provides free eye checkup, and also it also provides trail at home. I mean, whatever we want, we can trail at home, and all the other stuff actually. So this makes Lenskart like outstanding in its business. So this is the overview about the Lenskart. So here if you see, as is an e-commerce like omni-channel retailer, it has many footfall at the store and many visitors at the application, either in the app, iOS or a web page or anywhere. uh, Here we have to analyze much data, because how many people are coming, how many people are
Your voice is not coming.
Excuse me, sir. You are muted, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, now you're audible.
Hello. Yeah, there is a sudden power cut actually. Just a second. Just a second, please. Give me a minute, please. I'm just changing the network actually. Yes, I'm audible. Hello.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Okay. So this is about the, we have to analyze more data, more and more data to figure out what is the success rate or the conversion rate here with respect to number of orders or whatever it is, and how would it works? I mean, based on their region and location, because the metro cities can be having more capability of buying more amount of things actually, rather than just a normal location. And how the Lenskart is using the data driven intelligence, and uh, they clearly mentioned that they are they have a vision for 1 billion people globally, from children to adults. So it's about the eyewear range. It offers a variety of different lifestyle extensions and all the stuff for athletes, working professional artists, support workers, or old age group, or the children, or any type of the people that they are aiming to do it actually. And here comes they are utilizing the AI analytics and data science domains to leverage these particular things for the Lenskart business value chain actually. And this business is backed by this strong data analytics, starting from customer experience, store operations, and merchandising, manufacturing and supply chain, sales and marketing. Because if you see each and everywhere, the customer experience, store operations, merchandising, sales, supply chain, manufacturing, everywhere, the data is there, and there requires the data, I mean, analytics things to figure out what would be the best thing, or what would be the strategic decision that can be made after these particular actions. And so that's why they are bringing the data driven intelligence into their hands across all business functions. So all business functions may not good at math and stat background, so they are going with they are converting these particular things into the simplified visuals, which makes them easier to understand. So here comes the solution. So when these days the digital is getting increased, and physical purchases are getting blurred right these days. I mean, it's going low, the digital is getting high. So here Lenskart has created an omnichannel experience, that allows the customer to buy from either offline stores or online app or websites that I have mentioned you, and or also the marketplace, or over the chat, or home try on, and the pharmacies also, without any with ease actually. I mean, with less effort. So this made it easy for customers. I mean, when we say home try-ons, when we don't need to go to the store, so we just select whatever we require from the application, app, or a website. Then the salesperson from the Lenskart team would come up to the home, and then we can try all the stuff. So this makes customer easier, right? So he can convert his extra time to other activities even. So for this, Lenskart uses the data science analytics to make the informed, better decisions from the data collected from all the different sources. just we have seen like customer, the store, and the marketing, manufacturing, and all the places. And some of the key business areas where Lenskart uses data science, like we will see it in the next slide actually. So first one is like business performance, the monitoring stores online and assisted sales. So assisted sales in the sense, first suppose let's take well, let's come from the business performance. So how it is doing on an average per month, how the business is performing. This is how they used to calculate based on the sales and the footprints. I mean, from end to end. We will come into the next part actually, and the monitoring, how stores are performing and how online application or website is performing. Which one is a better going? So where we have to increase productivity. This is the thing. And assisted sales in the sense. So where we will where they will campaign and we will get the notifications and or a customer a customer care from the Lenskart would call us and assist us along with the sale over the chat or the call. So this is one domain. And the e-commerce, online, and marketing. So whenever we want, we can just order anything from the Lenskart, their products, and along with that it comes with the marketing also. And after that, the main part is the supply chain, where it has to supply the manufactured product. And so manufacturing comes along with this here, because Lenskart has its own manufacturing factory, I mean warehouse, and the manufacturing unit, and the merchandising. So whenever a new store is getting opened, it has to be merchandised with the Lenskart only. So the business is like the merchandising business for the Lenskart, where anyone wants to open, they can open. Before they open, we can ask a Lenskart team that they can analyze whether if the sales are always peak, then we can open another store, which drives more business actually in another location based on some certain strategies. And they're also studying the customer experience also, because how do the customer experience. So whenever, so let's take, I'm going to a store to purchase an I mean optical frame for my working, just for the working for just for the working. So what do I look for? So what do I talk to them? So they'll take the feedback at the end. So this is also they are studying. And the finance and the HR. So obviously this has to be done, human resourcing, because whenever stores and other things are involved, the huge human resource is required. I mean, there are different sects in the Lenskart, right? Manufacturing, supply chain, merchandising, uh, customer service, marketing, and the stores and all the stuff. So HR data also will be high. They'll be analyzing those also. And the finance, the money is flowing like here and there very fastly, there also it is required. So what is the outcome from this particular solution is they are able to track the staff management and the planning and the operation management perfectly. And also they are able to deliver the products to the customer whenever it is ordered within a time frame. And also providing, for suppose if customer requests new type of things to the, like the store operator, so then they would raise a customer request to the Lenskart team. So in the next time it will be available. So the new business has created now from here, which I mean they can leverage this one also. And shopper insights for merchandising and marketing planning, and monitoring and improving footfall conversion. So we'll come to this actually in the next dashboard actually. So here is one of the dashboard which shows us the store footfall and conversion analytics. So let's see here, the region is there, region and the town, what store type it is, whether it is mall or non-mall, because the store can be present anywhere, right? And the store code, and the store month code, and the store open or not, and the months, we can select months. And we can select day, week, and monthly analysis accordingly. So currently it's selected as week. And here you can see how many stores are enabled. So here KPI funnel. So KPI funnel is a beautiful visualization which shows uh, which shows the customer flow from the starting to the end actually. So what is the start and what is the end in the Lenskart business? So entering into the store or opening the website or the application would be the starting. Ordering any product from the Lenskart, I mean, breaking the deal would be an end of it. So here, if you see the footfall in the in the stores, it would be this much, and the customers, GC customers, in the sense, I mean, who are the interested people, it will be it is this much. So if you see, it has decreased a little bit. And QMS entries, so how many have inquired and how many have uh, like tried the opticals, I mean, tried the frames and all the stuff. And what is the orders? So if you see what is the orders here, even it has decreased a little bit. How many people took the eye test, and how many took the eye orders even. So this shows what is the I mean, what is the flow from end to end, how much it has converted. Let's take this is 100 and it can be almost 10 like 20%. So out of 100 people, 20% made their business. So they can check with respect to the store and the dates, they can compare it accordingly. And here you can see the KPI trends. So here we have selected the week, right? So it is the dates are according to the week. And
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Can you explain one more time KPI funnel that football and all? I
okay.
couldn't understand properly.
Okay. So let's take in a day, we have the 100 customers, okay, who came to the store, and in that 100 customers, only 80 customers are trying the things, okay, just inquiring, trying the things and all the stuff. In those 80 people, even like almost 60 people just like gave some how to say feedback or anything like that, okay. And I mean, tried in the sense like those things. And in those 60 people, only 30 people ordered, okay. In those 30 people, only 20 people have eye tested, okay. And from those all eye tested people, everyone, like let's suppose everyone has ordered. So our conversion rate would be just the 30, because we got 30 orders, right? So from 100 it has decreased to 80, and 80, you can see here, from 100 it has decreased to 80, 80 it has decreased to 60, 60 it has decreased to 40, 40 it has decreased to 20, and 20 it remained the same. So this is a diagrammatic way. It shows in each and every step actually, okay. The KPI funnel. So another example I would give you where we can use this KPI funnel is, let's take 100 people are playing the game. So the first level is this one, second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level, and sixth level. So who reaches the sixth level would be the winner, okay. So first level 100 people are there, only 70 people are able to go to the second level, okay. And only 50 people are able to go to the third level, only 30 people are able to go to the fourth level, only 20 people are able to go to the like fifth level, only 5 people are able to go to the sixth level. So where we confirm that only 6 people were the winners out of 100. So we can see this conversion rate is like 6 out of 100. So this is how we can use the KPI funnel actually to describe in how much where the content is getting funneled.
Thank you,
Did
sir.
you get?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hmm. So if you see the KPI trends here, if you differentiate the colors between all these particular levels, so this color matches this particular thing, right? So the GC customers, here you can see it is all this, it's all in these things. So when you just click on the QMS entries, so this will show this bar chart will show the QMS entries of this KPI trends over the week. And when you select the orders, it will this particular trends will show the orders thing, okay. And after that, uh, here you can see footfall and conversion percentage by the city. So it's a map where it shows based on its size. You can see here Mumbai and Bangalore, and here Hyderabad and Delhi and the Kolkata and the Chennai. These are all having the bigger circles meant they are having higher conversions and the footfall, okay. That's how it shows. And when it comes to the line chart, they are showing us open hour and the closed hour. So here itself you can see open hours timing is getting deferred, and at one place, I mean, and on 21st November, the opening was delayed and the closing also delayed. So here they can just directly check 21st November 21, sorry, 21st November 21, what would be the KPI trends for this and how many orders we got. So for suppose we can decide like, so for suppose if we open the store 1 hour lately, what would be the impact here? Or if we close the store for the half day, what could be the impact there? So this is how we can show the dashboard accordingly. I mean, we can have the analysis, better analysis. So this is about the dashboard. Any doubts in this? Okay. So there is another dashboard where this is showing, I mean, kind of the Google rating dashboard that they took from the Google API actually. So here it shows what is the live whole rating and on the number of stores here, and the store details here, and you can see 0 means in orange color, 4 to 5 is in green color. Okay, sorry, just a second. Okay, if you see here, sorry. So 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, 4 to 5. You can see the visuals based on this actually. Okay, I mean, which for suppose 4 to 5, almost everywhere it's 4 to 5. You can see here 2 to 3, somewhere here it is 2 to 3. So we will be able to click on that, or if we just click on this legend, then it will highlight all those things there. Okay, and rating distribution, how many stores are in 4 to 5, how many stores are in 3 to 4, 2 to 3. It shows this thing. I mean, the horizontal bar graph, the vertical bar graph, it shows the rating trends over the time. It can be quarter, month, weekly, or day, how it's getting changed. So this is about Google rating analytics dashboard. And yeah, um, apart from that, another dashboard that they have created here, so you can see here this is the lineage dashboard where it shows for the users. So let's take the users. It can be Android or iOS. They are going with the Android. So in that Android, there are different brands in the Lenskart in the Android application. Minhan Chase, Chase Online, Lenskart Air, Chase Polarizer, Lenskart Air, and Lenskart Blue. So if you see in this, if you want to check in the Vincent Chase, so it shows all different things. So similarly, if you see the home, I mean, how many people got into the home, how many people opened the PLP, PDP, and the cart summary, entered the address, and how many selected the payment. So it's the same way, like kind of funnel, but it shows different stages, how many customers are there. So you can think of 100, like 80, and here also 100, but here in the cart summary, only 30, and how many entered the address, only 20, and how many payment, only 15. So this way, they can see many particular order level things. I mean, sorry, product level things, their particular funneled data. Okay, and these are like horizontal, sorry, vertical funnel. Here you can see overall and the home, the PLP, PDP. I mean, this is the overall thing, and here it shows the like product level thing. So if we click on this Vincent Chase Online, it will show the same way to their particular things. This is how different, and there are certain filters also, the device, which device they are using, and the brand, and the funnel, and the current date, the previous date. We can filter based on the dates even, and we can see based on the user, these values can be user TP, user LP, user growth, all the things. These are the bookmarks that they can filter out, or the filter things that they can utilize actually. So this is about the dashboards that they have prepared actually. So any doubts in the dashboards, faculty? Okay. So how they are being ready with the, yeah. Yes, someone is
Very nice presentation.
I didn't get you.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay,
Go
okay. Okay. How they are being ready with the data actually? So they have like use the applications. Their application is much stabler by deploying the whole thing into the cloud. They are using the microservices. Previously, it was monolithic. So to scale that monolithic application, it will be very much tougher. And when we use the microservices, it will be very much easier to scale up because getting the compute is very much easy from the cloud and we can scale up easily. So regarding the application wise, they can scale up. And regarding the data processing and the data capability, Power BI has its own engines and separate storage capabilities to scale up the things, and also the data storage. So different databases like they can be deployed from the cloud itself. So they are using it accordingly, and they are increasing the digital significance over all these things, and choosing the better marketing strategy to increase their business actually. So and in the tier 1 and tier 2 cities, they have been aggressively expanded across all the country actually, by setting up this stores. 25 stores a month, almost. It's very much huge when it comes to the store count actually. And they are also bringing an airlines into capturing customer footfalls, as it delivers on value, its value to the customer centricity actually. And also they are more customer obsessed, um, because whenever we go to the store and just give the number, they'll be just marketing to us, so that until we get satisfied. And even though there are many options that they are providing based on our event purchases, they would give much better offers even. That's how they would plan with respect to the data that they are having. Hello. Sorry. Uh, Sorry, my internet got disconnected again. So that's the thing about the length card case study, and about the Swiggy case study. Let me know, guys, if you have any doubts in anywhere. So I'm pinging you just a link for the DAX function. Count DAX function. You can just try it in the Microsoft Power BI desktop on your own. Okay. So there will be many functions in that particular Microsoft documentations also, and you can have the sample Power BI PBX files where Microsoft has offered. If you want, I can just give it to you. I'm giving you some Power BI samples also with respect to different case studies that Power BI has, Microsoft has given there in the documentation. You can go through it. Yeah, any more questions, team, regarding the industry wise?
Yes, faculty, you can ask your doubts and questions to Bharat, so you can clear your doubts.
Yeah.
It can be anything, like it can be industry related stuff. You need to see what is going with industry and what you are teaching to students. The question can be anything.
Yeah.
But you can ask Bharat, like whatever questions you are having with you. It can be with cloud computing, Power BI, any other technology. You can ask.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, please.
Sir, this Power BI and Tableau both are like we use for reporting and visualization tools. So, well, like, can you tell us some scenario? Which one should we use in which kind of case study, or both are kind of same?
Both are kind of same. The Grantner report says Power BI has I mean, more wide connectors rather than Tableau.
Okay.
That's why I mean, because it has integrated with the Microsoft, right? Power BI is a Microsoft tool, right? So where it can connect to the, I mean, the different clouds also even. So there it is having more options to get connected actually. So I've seen more number of options there. We can do the incremental refresh, and there is this Power BI service. As usual, there is the Tableau, but whenever we go to decide any tool, we have to check the different parameters whether our business is satisfying or not. And apart from that, our main thing would be like whether it is cost effective or not. I mean, whether it is coming under our budget even after how to say, even after having the great scalability, I mean, at the peak session even.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, one more question, sir.
Yes,
What
please.
about the R programming language, sir? Even that one we use for data analytics purpose. And how does Power BI? Can you brief about this one?
Okay, so Power BI is a tool and R is a language. So whenever R requires a platform to write the code and do the stuff actually. So for suppose let's take Anaconda. I mean, Anaconda in the sense Anaconda application, where you can just create the shell Python, where you can write the R script, and then you can do all the data analysis. I mean, mostly the data scientists and the advanced data analysts would use the R actually. And general business intelligence and major of the things will go with this Power BI itself.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Can you
please.
hear me?
Yes.
Sir, till now, actually, you are teaching about to work with the stored data, is it?
Yes.
So, if it is the data received in online, for example, by using a sensors,
Okay.
like a pressure sensor, accelerometer sensor, okay. So, the immediately that analytics has to be conducted and it has to be presented. If that kind of things through the clouds, for doing such things, actually, do you have any modules?
Yes. So I'll start with the open source. So you can have I mean, how do I say? So when as you mentioned it correctly, it's called the real-time data actually, or the streaming data, I would say. So in the Power BI service, we can have the streaming data handled in a data set separately. So that can be directly shown into the dashboard, that particular data set. Or you can use the data set in the Power BI desktop and deploy it in the Power BI service also. So we can handle that. So when it comes to the cloud, how do we handle the real-time data? So generally we can use the Kafka, or with respect to Azure, we can use the Azure Event Hubs. As you mentioned, the sensors data, if it is an IoT data, we do have the Azure IoT Hub also. In the Azure, we can leverage those particular tools to handle the real-time data.
Sir, if you share the modules, actually, then it will be helpful for
Okay.
practicing.
Okay, sure. I'll just share you the documentations, okay?
Yeah. Put it in the study materials group in the Edunet website.
Okay, I'll just keep in the chat. I think Mahesh or Shashank can test.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. I will be adding, sir. You just put it
Yeah,
into the
if
chat.
small,
I
one
will
small
be,
example is sufficient actually for
and
practice.
sir, actually, you can go with this Bosch use case also, where they are doing the same thing. Like they got one turbine in their company, and on that turbine itself, all the company is running. So the electricity is provided with that turbine only. So they do this sensor data. They take sensor data from that turbine, and they cover all the maintenance and whatever maintenance related issues are there. They solve those issues in that with the help of this online data and data analytics only. So you can go through that case study. It is very nice one. So from that you can get a lot of knowledge about this live data analysis.
Okay,
So
sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I have provided you one resource, real-time streaming service in Power BI from the Microsoft documentation. You can go through it.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yes. And I'm also providing the one streaming application. I mean, it's also from the Microsoft documentation where you can go through it actually. You can just see how it can be done. Okay. Okay. Any more doubts?
I have a question, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, if a person want to switch like from career into data analytics, so whether it is important to join any classes or it can be done through the help of any YouTube channel or some other websites.
I mean, I would say based on their mindset, I would recommend. So suppose they are able to get a plan ready by themselves and then follow their plan accordingly, then I would say self-paced YouTube courses would work out. But they are not able to do it, then I would recommend to take any well researched like course from any platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes, Devi, please.
sir, we have so many tools around, and why do you still use Power BI, sir? So can you please specify anything important, anything
Yes.
unique?
Yeah. That's a good question actually. So we do have many tools like ClickView, Power BI, and Tableau, and like other. I mean, Google Looker is also there, and so why we are using Power BI is basically here whenever we integrate with Azure, it becomes very much easier, and as it's an Microsoft offering, so whenever we consume more products from the Microsoft, they will be like cost effective when we use the Power BI even. That's how we used to go with actually.
So can we integrate other tools, sir, with Power BI?
Integrate other tools in the sense which tool you are expecting to integrate? I would say this whatever the dashboard that we have built in the Power BI, we can integrate into a website actually. So whenever you are opening the website, you can see the dashboard even. That's how we can integrate into the website, the Power BI. Is this what you are expecting or any other question? I mean, any other different one?
Currently, this is my question, sir. Thank you.
Okay, fine.
Any more questions, faculty? You can ask to Bharat. Okay. I think, Bharat, we have ended the questioning section also.
Okay.
So thank you so much, Bharat, for giving your inputs and giving your time for for this FTP, and I'm assuming like most of the faculties are getting new things from you, and hope so faculties will implement those things into their curriculums and in their teachings also. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Bharat.
Yeah, thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, Shashank. Thanks, all of you.
Thank you,
Have a nice
sir.
day.
Over to you, Alvin. You can start
Magesh,
this section.
just 1 minute. Magesh, can you hear me?
Yes, Shashwatam.
Yeah.
Yes.
So before Elvin start, I just have one request with all the participants. We basically collect a separate feedback about this expert talk or the guest session. So what I'll do now in the chat box, I'll be mentioning a Google form. So this Google form is basically to give the feedback only about this guest session, which has happened for last 1.5 hours. It's not about the entire program, but only for this guest session. So I kindly request all the participants to use this Google form and fill this information. Just 1 minute, I'll just put that in the link.
So that's it, Shashwat.
Yes. So yeah, I mentioned that link in the Google chat. I mean, in the chat box. I kindly request all of you to fill this form again. This is only for the guest session, not for the entire program. Yeah. Thank you so much, and over to you, Helmi.
Thank you, Shashadan. So yeah, I request all of you to not type anything in the chat box, because you can directly give your feedback on that Google form. So yeah, it was very insightful, and your questions were also very interesting. I think tomorrow afternoon, I mean the second part and day after, we'll be discussing Power BI also. So I think it will help you also. And yeah, the one question was there regarding Tableau versus Power BI. So I thought I will add something into it. They're more or like similar. It depends on your choice, your project. So if you are familiar with Microsoft products, Power BI is very convenient. It's like a bigger brother of Excel. So same interface, almost things are. So it will be very convenient for you. And second part, some advanced charts and all are available in Tableau. Okay, Tableau is little complex compared to Power BI, I would say. So if you want a specific chart, a specific visualization, you can check which one has that, and you can go with that. Otherwise, there is no major difference. Then one more difference I felt myself is like the mobile app. Tableau and Power BI both have mobile app, but Power BI mobile app have very limited features, but Tableau have little more interactions in the mobile app. Otherwise, I would say both are almost same. And I think cost aspect also is different. I think Power BI is little cheaper than Tableau. Yeah, so that is from my side. So yeah, so let's go back to what we were doing before. Just share my screen.
Sir Helvin sir, can you briefing again what you said in the morning session just within 2 minutes, sir?
Within 2 minutes, yeah. Let me try 1 second. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So what we did in the morning, we just created a storage account. Okay. So how do we create a storage account? Just go to storage accounts and click add. And we all created our own storage account. Okay, just click here, and as usually fill some basic details, and you can just create it. So that is what one thing we did. So I can see so many storage accounts here. Okay, good. Yeah, so in that 39 are there. Okay, so let me search for mine. So anybody who haven't created a storage account, please go right away and create it, because we need for the second part what we are going to do now. So you can see Helvin storage. Okay, this is a storage account I created. Later what we did, after creating storage account, we went to containers part. Okay, data storage containers. Okay, and we created a container, sample container, named my container. Okay, somebody else also has created container in my storage account. Okay, no problems. So in my container, I have uploaded a CSV file. Okay, employee.csv file. Okay, so I'll do something. Let's try to perform an activity. So I want all of you to go to your own storage account. Go to your storage account and create two containers. Okay, create two containers. One source. Okay, so I'll just show it. I'm creating a container here. Sorry, storage account. Go to storage account. Containers. Yeah. So go to create a container here. Okay, container. So first container, what I'm going to create is source. Source container. So what is container? Nothing but this folder, right? So I'm going to create a source container where I will be keeping a file which I'm going to use for my activity. Okay, so just create it. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll just remove these two containers. Okay, so it won't confuse you. Yeah. So you can see a source container. So log I said it is automatically created. Don't do anything with it. So create a source container. Okay, and create one more container. Sync or sync in the sense destination. Okay, so in data science we commonly have this terminology. You can give destination also, not an issue. So this is where my output is going to be. So from source I'm going to take an input and I'm going to get the output inside this specific container called sync. Okay, so why we are naming it? Just for understanding. Okay, this is for this purpose. That's it. Okay. So I hope all of you are doing with me, creating two containers, sync and source. Okay, so I will share one file in the chat. Okay, one CSV file which I used in the morning. CSV. So you can upload that file into your source container. So give me 1 second. I'll just upload.
So I have a doubt.
Yes, ma'am. Ask me.
So is it mandatory to take CSV file?
Not mandatory. If you are choosing Excel or anything, the same way you have to do little modification. That's it. If you can choose a CSV, it will be same like mine. Don't know why. Okay, you can use any CSV file, no issue. You can use any CSV file. I'm not able to share my employee.csv.
No, sir. I'm asking, is it very mandatory to use only CSV files, not any
No,
other
no,
like
no. Any other file you can use. But for this activity, I want you to use either CSV or Excel file for this activity. To the container, you can use anything, not an issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Once you can actually be able to share the file. I share. Just upload it in my drive and share it. But if you have any CSV or Excel file, you can download it. Not too big a one. That's all. How to add CSV in the container? Okay, I'll show it again. No worries, no worries. 1 second. I'll just show it again. No problem. You can just go open the container and you can just do it. I'll show it once again. Yeah, so I have uploaded my file. I'll just share it. Okay. Yeah, so I hope we can see that uploaded CSV now. Can share again. So I'll first show you how to upload this because somebody was asking it. I'll show it once. Yeah, so I'll be in storage account. I'll just refresh it. Yeah, for those who are asking how to upload it, go to source, okay, source container. Okay, and you have upload option here. Okay, open the container and you have upload option here. We also discussed about that changing the tire, acquiring lace, everything by the end of last part. Okay, so you can just drag and drop the file here. I'll just drag and drop the file. Okay, upload. And that's it. Okay, so now I would like to tell about Azure Data Factory. Okay, Azure Data Factory. So what we are going to do, we are going to make use of the storage account and perform some operations on the files we uploaded. For example, in this case, employee.csv. So what is the main purpose of Azure Data Factory? So many things are there, but the main thing we say ETL. Okay, extract, okay, transform, and load. Okay, so extract means gathering data from multiple sources. And performing some operations on it. Performing operations on it and transform according to our business need. Yeah, according to our requirement. Okay, and then we are going to load it into another data source, a different type of data source. Okay, so you can. Yes. Is my screen visible?
Yes,
My notepad is
Alvin, it is
visible.
visible. It is
Yeah.
visible. Alvin, we haven't given break to the package. Can we give you some break? After explaining
Yes.
this, you can give some break to the faculties, and they can join and perform the practicals.
Yeah. Actually, I forgot it.
Yes, only
Yes,
10
Mahesh.
10
10
minutes
minutes.
break you can give it. No
Okay,
issue.
okay.
You can give 10 minutes break. It's now 12:17. You can give the timer and just let us weekly get a break of 10 minutes, and then after
Yeah,
we
sure.
can start the session. Yes.
Yeah. So this is a basic idea of Azure Data Factory. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to do an activity called copy activity. So this is a very simple activity. We are going to take one file from one container and going to make a copy in another container. So we are going to take from the source container and we are going to make a copy in the sync container from ADF, okay, from Azure Data Factory. So if you know the procedures involved in this thing, then the same can be modified and used for other purposes also. So one dedicated activity in the Azure Data Factory is called a copy activity. Okay, so we are going to do that. So I will do one thing before the break. I'll just show you how to create Data Factory so that meanwhile you can also try it. Then we'll go for break. I hope that is okay with everybody. Okay, so first for this activity, first you have to create the storage account. Okay, storage account. Okay, these are your checklist. Storage account should be created. Okay, in that you should have created 2 containers. Yeah. Okay. Source and sync. This is what we did till now. Uploaded one file. File uploaded to source. Okay, this file I would suggest to keep it as CSV or Excel, any simple like lightweight file. Okay, for now. Okay, yeah. So now I'll just show you how to create Azure Data Factory. Yeah, so first step is this, creating storage account. Second is we're going to create Azure Data Factory. Create ADF. Okay, so just quickly show that because it will take some time for deployment and all, right? So that you can use the time for a break. So Azure, okay, just search the Data Factory. We can see Data Factory here. Okay, so Data Factory. So you'll get a page like this. Similar kind of page, how we used to do the same kind of page. Okay, so you can click on this create a data factory option here, or you can, as usual, go on top and create a data factory. So there is no much choices directly. You'll get into this screen. And here also there is nothing much to type and configure. Okay, so you can directly deploy it. Then we'll go for play. Then come back. We will explore the data factory. Okay, so search for data factory. Click on create on the top, and you will get as usual our screen, configuration screen. Okay, so yeah, I'll choose FDP9. Name I will give Helvin's Factory.
Helvin, 1 minute, sir. Can you tell me what is actually data factory? Can you brief out about it?
I just now talked about it, man. The data factory is for taking data from multiple sources and transforming it and loading into another source or another type. So basically it is called as ETL process, extract, transform and load. So what we are going to do, we are going to take the file from the one container and going to make a copy in another container with the help of data factory. This is a very simple activity known as copy activity.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So next, okay, so just name it your factory. Okay. So next Git, nothing, networking. Okay, networking, you know, as usual, it will be public endpoint, so don't change it. Advanced, no need. We don't need any encryption kind of setup, anything now. So just leave it and nothing. That's it. So very less settings are there. Nothing to be changed, only the basics. So you can even go to directly review from create from here. Okay, that is also fine. Quickly, don't need to go next and all. You can directly go to review plus create. Here also, if you are not able to make it, you can change the region. You can see the version here. Okay, V1, V2. Okay, so currently it is V2, it is running. So that is the newest version. No need to change anything. Okay, so just review plus create. So validation is passed, it will create. So everybody create a storage account, create 2 containers, and also just try give deployment for a data factory. Nothing to be done. Just take basic settings, name it, and deploy. That's it. I have submitted my deployment. Yeah. So we'll go for now. Time is 12:21. We'll go for a 10 minutes break. Okay.
Sir?
I try to be back on time because hardly we get 1 hour. Yes, ma'am.
So before you say I actually created source in sync, so is there any option to rename it?
Yes, you can rename it. There only you can rename it. You can click it and
How
there
you
will
can
be
do,
option. Just check it, ma'am. Just select it. Deletion, renaming, all options will be there. Okay, let me check. That's my one. Renaming option. Purely edit metadata. No, this is tags, properties. Where is rename option? Okay, rename is not there or what? Okay, then never mind. You can just one-click deletion. You can just create again. Or actually the name doesn't matter. Okay, because source and sync is like see we name variables in programming language, right? It's like a convention. It's for easy
Sir, I have
understanding.
tried
Okay.
deleting it. I couldn't able to do that.
Why? You should be able to delete. Until and unless lease is not there, you can delete it. Not an issue. Just now I deleted no 2-1. Just try it once.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Name is not an issue. That is a standard naming convention we follow. Okay. Yeah. So just try to deploy data factory. Okay. So we'll back in 10 minutes. So I'll just put a timer. So try it and I'll take your doubts afterwards. Okay, thank you. 10 minutes. Great. I can see screenshots from Sundra ma'am, Nitisha ma'am, etc. They have created data factory. Yeah, so those who are created can share your screenshots. It's a very simple process. I'm getting error while opening container. Okay, let me see. Unable to load data. Sir, who has posted this? Aniket sir. The container is actually deleted. That is why you are getting this message. It is deleted. Okay, maybe you must have created container inside somebody else's storage account, or somebody must have deleted it by mistake. Okay, what is the time now? We have 1 minute. 2 minutes. If anybody is back and they have any doubts, you can ask. So, welcome back all. Just want to share my screen. Yeah, I can see screenshots. Yeah. So I hope all are back. Please also created data factory. Just put a screenshot in the chat. So we are going to explore data factory, and we are going to perform a simple activity first. So please note down the steps. Okay, meanwhile, I'll also type here. So after creating data factory, so create Azure Data Factory, that is ADF. You can click on Launch Studio. Okay, go to Overview and Launch Studio. So this is little different from other things. Like it will open an entirely different interface for you. Okay, so let's try this. So I'm clicking Launch Studio. You can see that it is loading. Okay. So I'm going to create a new data factory. Okay. So you can see here many options are there. So this is the interface dashboard we have. Okay. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, sorry, excuse me for that interruption. Actually, I have a power cut here. Okay. Yeah, so I was telling you, Data Factory interface is this. So you can see multiple options are here. So we are not going to start with any of this. Okay. So what we are going to do, I'll just drive you through this left-hand side pane, expand. So home, author, monitor, manage. Okay, home, author, monitor, manage, and learning center. So you can go explore the learning center tutorials, kind of things are there. So what we are going to do, go to manage option.
Sir, your screen is not visible, sir.
My screen is not visible.
It is visible to
yes,
me,
sir.
Helvin. Shekhar, sir, you can check your connectivity issue. Whether faculty, other faculty can confirm me whether you're getting Helvin's screen or not.
Yes, we can see sir screen.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay, good.
It
Great.
is visible.
Yeah. So we launch the studio. Okay, and go to left side pane. Okay, left side pane. Okay, go to manage option. Manage. Okay, here we are going to add a linked service. Okay, creating linked service. Linked service. So what is this linked service, you'd ask? So as the name suggests, you know, ADF is a different entity and our storage account is a different entity. So we are going to establish a connection between our ADF and the storage account. So this linked service is used in ADF. A linked service in ADF is used to make connections, okay, links to other entities. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to make connection to our storage account. Okay, so go to manage option. Okay, manage option, and here you can see linked services, the connections, under connections only you can see linked services. So we are going to create a new linked service. So just follow the steps with me. I hope all are with me till this. It is fine. Yeah. Just click on new. Okay, click on new. So you have so many options here. Okay, you have so many options here. So different data types you can choose here. Okay, different forms. Okay, from where you want to fetch it. You want to fetch from a Amazon S3 bucket. You want to fetch from a marketplace. So many options are there. So what we are going to do, we can search here for blob. Okay, so if you search for blob, you'll see Azure blob storage, or you can also go for Azure. Okay, Azure, there also you can see. Okay, without searching also, what all services provided by Azure. If you go there, Azure, you can see Azure blob storage. So what we are going to do, we are going to make a connection to a data factory from a Azure blob storage. That is our storage account. Okay. So click Azure blob storage. Okay. Click continue. Okay. So now you will get a screen like this. Okay, so just make sure we are in the same place. Just type it over here. Okay, I'm going slow. For that, everybody can come with me. Okay, so this is what we did. I would say A, step A, B, C. Okay, so we're creating a linked service now. Okay. Choose blob storage. Something weird happened in my screen here. Blob storage. Choose blob storage. Okay, so now we have to fill some basic details here. I'll just zoom in. So name, okay, this you can name it anything. Okay, so basically it is given like Azure blob storage connection. So you can name it as anything, a link to my storage or anything. So my blob storage link like that. Okay, so I'm making a connection to my blob storage. So you can name it like anything, not an issue. The description no needed. And what you have to do here, you have to choose our subscription here. And you have to choose your storage account name. Okay, so my storage account name was Helvin Storage. Okay, Helvin Storage. Okay, so I've given connection to my storage account, Helvin Storage. So similar way, don't connect to mine. You created your own data factory, so connect to your own storage account. Okay. So repeat, go to manage, linked services, click new. You'll get an option from the data source, the data store option will come. From there, you choose blob, Azure blob storage. Then you'll get a screen, configuration screen like this. Name it like anything, you can identify later. Okay. Then here choose EF subscription and your storage account name. Clear? And you can just click create. Okay. Yeah. You can see successfully created. So any doubts, please ask. Choose blob storage. Give name, subscription, storage account name. Okay. So that is done. The second step is creating a linked service. That is done. Any doubts, please ask. So in this storage account, Helvin Storage, we have both the containers, right? We have source also, sync also. Okay, since in this copy activity, we are going to connect, our both source and sync both are going to be blob storage. So that's why we are creating only one link service. Okay, I'll add a note somewhere here. So one link service for one type of storage. Okay, so like V1 we created for Azure blob storage. So suppose if we want to connect with a SQL, we have to create one more link service for SQL. Okay, so that means since here we are going to perform copy activity from one blob storage to another blob storage, one container to another container. Both are in blob storage only. So that is why we are using a single linked service. Okay. So successfully created link service. Okay, then I'll go to next step. Okay. So the next step is go to the second option, author. Okay, go to author option. Okay, there you get so many options here. Okay, you get a lot of options here. Author. Okay, go to author. So we are going to create data sets. Data sets. So if you expand this, zoom it. If you expand this, you cannot see anything. As of now, no data set is there. So what you can do, you can click on these three dots. You can create a new data set. Okay, one option. Or you can click on this plus button. From there also you can create a new data set.
Sir, can you repeat one more time about new link service?
A link service, yes. Go to manage. Click new. Okay, it will be by default link service. So by default link service. Click new. Okay. From this screen, choose blob. Okay. Then the screen, you can name it anything you like, no issue. Just need to remember what it is, that's all. And you can choose here subscription and your storage account name. That's it. So what is link service? It is a connection to external entity from the data factory. So we are making a connection to our storage account from the data factory. That's it.
So we not
Yeah.
create.
Yeah, then fill it and create. I already created, no ma'am. That's why I already created one.
For
So
me,
can
that option is not highlighting, sir. So that's why I asked
which option? Create option.
Yeah.
If create option is not coming, mean mandatory fields are not given. See, you have to choose it. Once you choose, it will come. Like if I choose this, create will come.
I couldn't able to.
Yes, ma'am. You couldn't able to. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir. No, sir. I couldn't
So-
able to create.
No,
I have
ma'am,
chosen Azure subscription, and after that I have to give storage account name. I couldn't able to give any names. So if I gave, I couldn't able to select it.
That is not something happens common. You just reload
Devi
once and
ma'am,
try once.
you need to choose your storage account name. You don't need to write something. Just scroll down. The list of storage account will be shown.
You can see here,
sir.
Angitsa storage, Anjana storage. Why I typed means is just to filter. So just like I can filter like this, and again from that you have to choose it. It's a drop down. Then you can create.
Yes, sir. I got it.
Okay, that's it. So thank you, Mahesh. Yeah, we'll discard the changes and go back to other data set. You're going to add a new data set. Okay. So again, it will ask you what type of connection you want to make. What is the type of your data? So what will you choose here? What should we choose here in the first step? Where is your data? What type of storage is it?
Employee data, sir.
No, that is file name, ma'am. What is the type of storage? Where is it? Employees, where is it? So when linked service also first step was same only, right? We have chosen which type of storage is it. So what type of storage should we choose? Is it Amazon S3 bucket or what it is? Is it a database? What it is? Where our file is? It is a blob storage, right? So we are going to choose a blob storage here. Okay, blob storage. So click new dataset. Choose blob storage. Okay. Click continue. Okay, now this screen is different. So they're asking you in blob storage, what type of data you are choosing. Okay, what is the format of your data? Okay, so I told you can go with Excel or delimited, I mean comma separator, CSV, comma separator values for this activity. Okay, so you can choose, since I have employee.csv1, I have uploaded. So I'll choose here delimited text. You can see CSV here. Okay. And you can click continue. Okay, so till this screen you come, I will add here the steps. Okay. Step 3, go to other option. Okay. Create new dataset. Okay. Choose blob. Then choose your type. So I'm using here delimited text. If you have uploaded Excel, you should use Excel. Okay, this for this activity. What we are going to do, the copy activity. Okay, so we created one linked list. So here we are going to create two dataset. We are going to create two dataset. One for source, one for sync. Okay. So go to other. I'll repeat again, go to other, Okay, click on dataset, add dataset, choose blob, and choose delimited. Okay, I'll repeat. I'll show it again. Anybody have any doubt? Just ask. You go to dataset. Okay, other option. Coming to other dataset, new dataset. Choose Azure Blob here, or you can search for Blob also, because our files are in the Blob storage. Continue. You get an option here. Is it binary file? Is it a CSV file, JSON file, Excel file? So I'm going to choose CSV file. Continue. Okay. Now in this screen, see, this is where you have to choose your linked service. So you can see my blob storage. That is the linked service I just created few minutes back. Okay, you can choose it. So this name also I can change. So name I will change into source file. Source file. So what I'm going to connect with the help of this linked service, I'm creating a data set in my data factory, which is pointing to my source file. So how do I point it to my source file? You can see here a file path. Okay, I'll zoom a little bit. You can see here a file path. Just click on this. Okay, so you can see in my storage account, there are two containers, source and sink. Okay, so I'll click on source. Select the file. Okay, select the file, click OK. Don't worry, I'll repeat it. I'm creating a data set. I named it a source file. Linked service I chose. Okay, whichever link service you created will come there. Then click on this browse button. Okay, so it will come like this. Root folder will come like this. From that source, from that I'm choosing my employee.csv. Click OK. Okay. So here you can choose an option like first row header. See, by default, automatically almost all CSV files or Excel file, the first row will be the header, almost all cases, right? That is why by default it is on. In my file also it is true actually. Okay, my employee file also it is true. So my employee file, I'll open and show you. This is my employee file. Yeah, this is my employee file. So you can see here the first row is the header. Okay, so I'm keeping it as it is. So you can choose it. Yeah, so now I'll click OK. I'm going to click OK. Okay, so you can see that one.
Elvin sir, 1 minute sir. In my data source, there is no any CSV file. How can I add it in that? It's a empty.
You're telling in your container.
Yes, sir.
Go to your container and upload, man. See, go to your storage account, go to your source, and here you can upload.
Fine. I do, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, so this is one. This one is created. Okay, one data set is created. So you can see here something is coming on top. Publish all. Okay, one is showing there. So one thing we have did. Okay, we have to publish it. I'll show you that. Before that, we need to create one more data set. We have to create one more data set. So I told you we had to create two data set. Okay, we had to create two data set. So one for source, one for sink. So two data set we have to create. Okay. So what is the procedure for creating data set? Choose the delimited value. Okay, give name. Choose linked service. I'll give ls. Okay, linked service. Then browse the file. That's it. Okay, so you can note the steps. Okay, you can note the steps. So I will again create one another for our sink. Sink means our destination. Okay. So that is the same procedure only one difference. We will be choosing the folder instead of the file. Okay. So I'll do that. Then if you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay. So how do I create a data set? Again, go to new data set. Okay, again, it will ask me from where you are fetching. Okay, I'll tell I am fetching from Azure Blob Storage. Continue. Okay, again, it will ask me what is the type. Okay, what type of format you want to create. Okay, that means the output is going to be in this particular format. So I will choose delimited only. Okay, since it's a copy activity, my intention is from take data from this particular file and recreate the file in a different container. Take this file from one container and recreate in another container. Okay, so delimited. So it is again ask me name. I'll give here source file. So this data set is for source file. Sync file. Sync file. Or output file, anything you can give. Okay. Again, I'm choosing a linked service, my blob storage. Again, I have to browse. I am browsing here the sync. Okay, it is empty. You know it is empty. So just click OK. So this empty folder is going to give me the file which we are copying. Okay. So basically from the source, the file will be copied to the sync. That is the thing. So I'll just create, click. So now if anybody have any doubt in creating dataset, please do ask. Okay, so this is a procedure. I typed it, share it in this one also. So this is what we have done. So launched, created link service, B, step B, created two dataset. What we have to do is next is step D. Create pipeline. So what is dataset? It is nothing but the data sitting in my container. The datasets represent that inside the Azure Data Factory. Okay. So here the sync file is the connection. Yeah.
Sorry to disturb. I just done for source. Could you please repeat it for sync?
Yes. Same procedure, ma'am. Same procedure. Sync, same
Where
procedure. Yeah, same only here. You can go here. New dataset. New
Okay,
dataset. Same. Only difference. Okay, I'll show you that. Only difference.
So same, you have to choose that blob. Azure blob.
Yes. Same, you have to choose that link service. Only thing, there is no file, right? So you will be browsing to the folder. You will be browsing to the sync folder. Okay, we won't click. There is nothing to click. No. So we will be setting to the sync folder. That's all.
So you have again you have to choose that CSV file.
Yes. So our output also going to be in CSV, right? So we are copying one. See, if I copy one image file, the output also, the final output also will be image file, right? So I'm going to take my CSV file and make a copy. So the output also going to be in CSV, right?
No.
Yeah, same step except this browsing part. Previously, when you are browsing, you are getting the file name here. This time only the path sync will come here. That's all. Everything else same. Anybody else have any doubts? Please ask. Okay. So created linked service, created data sets. Okay. Now we are going to create a pipeline. So usually we say in normal life, okay, the process is under pipeline, the work is under pipeline, or we have created a pipeline for marketing. So the pipeline here means that a task, a process that is going on, okay, dedicated work is happening. So we are going to create a work, we are going to create a process that is going to make use of our data sets and perform an activity. That activity is going to be our copy activity. So we are going to create a process. Create a process for the copy activity. So how do we do it? It's very simple. Okay, how do we do it? Very simple. So you can already see here, okay, pipeline option you can see. So from here also you can launch it, minimize it. From here also you can launch it, okay, pipeline, okay. Or you can directly launch it from here. These 3 dots, okay, new pipeline. Okay. So I'll zoom it once, new pipeline. Yeah. So I'll just close these things. Yeah, so you're getting a screen like this. You're getting a screen like this. Trying to zoom out, yeah. So if you click a new pipeline, you will getting a screen like this. So you can see the tabs here. Okay, this is our one data set we created, second data set we created, and this is the third thing we are doing, pipeline. So here in the activities, you can see so many things are there we can do using Azure Data Factory. So what we are going to do, the operation we are going to do is moving the file. Okay, copy activity is just moving the file. Okay, making a copy of the file. So go to the move and transform option. Okay, first option. Okay, I'm highlighting it. Go to the move and transform option. You can expand it. You can expand it like this. Click on the arrow left side. You can see 2 options: copy data, data flow. If time is there, we will see this also, data flow. The copy is simply copying. Data flow is like we can merge 2 files and create a new file, kind of joins in SQL that we can perform on the files. Okay. So all of you got this window, all of you got this activities option. Are you trying to create the pipeline? Yeah.
Got it, sir.
Yeah, very good. So just drag and drop this. You just drag and drop this. So once you drag and drop copy data to the screen, to this side, you'll get a below option here. Below option. Before that, if you want to name this properties is for your pipeline, so you can name it that copy, like copy pipeline something. No issue. Yeah. And here you can also I'll just copy pipeline. The name. Okay. So next you can see 2 options here, source and sync. You can see this sync is the common terminology. Okay, that is why I also taken a sync. Okay, so click on this. Before that, you can see some options here. Okay, if you drag down, okay, timeout, retry level, so many options are there. So as of now, we don't change anything. Okay, these are default settings. Okay, timeout, like if a particular fraction of time, if the activity is not taking up, it will automatically get timeout. And if you want to make it retry after a particular time, you can do it. See, imagine it's like a kind of automation, right? You want to fetch data from somewhere and make a copy. So it might be happening in real time. So all that time, if you want to set up these things, you can do. But again, depends on how much you use the Azure Data Factory, that is going to give you that cost part of it. Okay, so we are not going to do anything. We are just doing it for one time. So no need to set up retry interval, nothing. Okay, yeah. Go to source data set. So we have already created 2 data set, which are the sync file, source file. Choose source file. Okay, so no need to edit anything. Next, choose sync file. Okay, so I'm choosing sync file. Okay. Copy behavior, it's like an advanced option. If you want, while copying, if you want to do something, you can give that. So I'm not choosing anything here. So none of these are mandatory options. You can see there is no red star. Okay. So I won't choose anything there. just choose source and sync. That will be enough for now. Just choose source and sync. Actually, okay, so I'll just repeat the process. I'll just delete it once. I'll repeat it quickly. I'll repeat once. Yeah. So go to pipeline, new pipeline. Okay, move and transform. So you can name the pipeline first itself. Okay, OP pipeline. OP pipeline. Okay, any name you can give. So move and transform. Drag and drop this copy data. Yeah, so you'll get like this. Okay. Copy data because multiple things you can do in the same pipeline. Okay, that is there. Previously, this was not visible, I think. But options were coming. It's not. It's okay even if it is not showing like a GUI. Also, it's okay. This is important. Settings below. So you can give the this one here anything. First copy activity anything, or you can say the same name as the pipeline. No issue. So I'll give copy one. Okay, anything. Choose source. Okay, source file. Choose sync file. Okay. So yeah, so we are done with the setup here. So here the pipeline is ready. The pipeline is making use of both the data sets. Okay. So I'll add here what we have done. Okay, create pipeline, move and transform. The activities move and transform activity. Copy data. Okay, give names, give name and choose source and sync data set. That's it. Okay. Now the next step is publish all changes we have made. Okay, publish all. So you can see three things are there pending to publish. Okay, publish means it will validate our settings are correct, and also it will make it like a kind of like saving process. Okay, that is now ready, permanent. Okay, so three things pending are these two dataset and one pipeline we created. So we're just validating and giving a go ahead for this thing. Okay, so once you publish only, we will go with the debugging part. So publish all, we click, then it's symbol debug. Okay, so don't debug. Okay, I want to check something. Don't click debug. You must have see debug option. So don't click debug. Okay, so publish all you can do. You'll ask for a confirmation. Okay, these are the changes you are going to make live. Click publish. Okay, so it will take some time. So that time you go and check once again your container. That make sure your container is empty. Okay, so it is published successfully. I'll go to my storage account. Yeah, so this is Helvin storage, 2 container. Source is having TMP CSV. Okay, I'll go back. Single open. Okay, sync is no result. Okay, sync is empty now. The sync is as of now empty. Okay, so you also verify once your sync is empty. So once you run this pipeline, okay, this pipeline is created and validated. Okay, you can, if you want to validate again, you can validate like this. Okay, once you validate, it will say, okay, it's already validated. While publishing only, it will get validated. So the validation means no errors are there. Everything is there. Same validation we usually prefer. So now the last step is we are going to debug. Okay, debug means run the pipeline. You know, all the IDEs we debug to see that results. So here also we want to debug our this one. Okay, so once you debug, click debug, obviously it will come here in the notification bar. Okay, you can see all the changes are there. Also, you can see here the third option, 1, 2, 3. Okay, home, author, monitor. So what we use so far, we use manage, we use author. So monitor is there, right? So in that monitor tab, you can see what is the ongoing pipeline, what is happening to it. Okay, so you can check that also. So click on debug. I hope everybody is with me. I was going very slow and I was telling it twice. So I hope everybody is doing it. So click on debug. So our intention is from our storage container, in our storage container, from the source container, the file will be taken and it will be copied to the sync container. Okay, so click on debug. If we go to monitor, okay, it's already published. It was fast. By the time we check monitor, it is done, I think. No, it is in progress. You can see here in progress activity pipeline. Okay, let me check here, monitor. Where is my pipeline? So it is succeeded. Okay, it is succeeded. I think this monitor, okay, this monitor is for not for debug. Yeah, debug monitor you can see here only, I guess. Yeah, status. There is an option here, trigger, right? Trigger. So trigger is like debug is enough, you'll get a result, but trigger is like if you want to integrate this activity to some other things or something like live. Okay, this is like how do we say? We have production and development, right? So debugging usually happens in development, and in the production part, we actually deploy it like that. So here we are using debug. So we actually trigger it. That time you can monitor here in this under this monitor. Okay. So here the debugging is done. Okay, I'll show you triggering also. Debugging is done now. Succeeded, you can see pipeline status succeeded. So one ID also will come there. So activities, copy data, you can see the status here itself. Okay, now I'm going to my sync and I'm just refreshing it. So it is loading. It may take some time. The pipeline is done, but it might be making the changes in the background. So, but you can see it is not showing none, like no files. It is loading. I'll give it some time. Okay, meanwhile, I'll show you. Yeah, you can see that employee.csv is created. So under sync container, okay, this is sync, not source, is created. So you see the time here. Okay, 1:12 it is created. That is right now it is being created. Okay, so I think I didn't tell you how to see this content of this file you updated in the container. So I'll tell you that also. So if you click on it, it will open like this. Metadata only it will show. Okay, what are the things, etc., and download option, refresh option, everything. So you can download it and see, obviously, but without downloading, if you want to see, you have option here. Okay. So what you have to do, you want to see it without downloading. Okay. Right click, and view edit. Right click and see view edit. If you do that, okay, you can directly edit also, and you can see the content here. If you right click, view edit, you can see the content. Also, you have a preview option here. Okay, so see, nice like a table you can see. This is what exactly what was in the source file. Now that is copied into the sync container. So if you got this output in this file or employee file or in your own file, take a screenshot and give it in the chat. So I want to see the sync also, container also, and I want to see that output also. Okay, so you can take a screenshot and show in the chat. It will take some time. Okay, wait, little time will be taken. So meanwhile, I come back to Data Factory. I'll just show you. Okay. You can click trigger now. Okay. So Okay. Now if you come to monitor. Yeah, so you can see that manual trigger. Okay, so this monitor is, we can use monitor tab for triggered services. The debug is like a testing part. So that won't come in this monitor, that will show there itself, progress will show. If you trigger is actually trigger it, it is going to show in this monitor. Okay. The effect is same only. Why we are going with trigger? When we actually want to integrate this activity to some other services or something, that time we can trigger it. Okay, so this is a monitor tab. So you have now very good idea about the Azure Data Factory home tab. Okay, this is ordering. This is where we set up all the data sets and pipelines, everything. And this is we monitor our pipelines status. And this is where we do other managing, like connection to link services or controlling, configuring Git or adding some triggers, other things and all. So all management related settings are in this section. Okay, so let me see how many have put screenshots. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask.
Yes,
So yes, sir.
Sir, I was stuck in creating the pipeline, sir.
Sorry, sir.
I was stuck in the creating the pipeline.
You want me to repeat the creating pipeline?
Yes, sir, pipeline.
Yeah, sure. My data factory, yeah. So go to author. Okay. So I can again create and show, not an issue. You can create many pipelines, no problem. Okay, so you can just name the pipeline. Okay, example pipeline 2. So click on creating pipeline, just do this. And you can click on move and transform. Drag and drop copy data. Okay, this activity, what we're going to do is copy. Drag and drop copy data. Okay. And you can name it the activity like anything. Okay, single pipeline also you can create multiple activities. Okay, not an issue. So then why we need multiple pipeline? For one process, okay, one goal, one main process, you may have sub process, right? So the one pipeline means the one main process. Under that, you may have sub processes like copying or transforming multiple things that you can aggregate them into one pipeline. Okay, for one common goal. Okay, one activity. So here I'm creating new pipeline, same like the first pipeline. We can name this activity, particular activity here. So I can give copy activity or I can give activity 1. Activity 1. Then you just have to choose your source and sink. The source file, sink file. That's it, sir. So you don't have to do any other changes. This will be enough. And once it is done, next step, I have added a steps here. You can just follow that. Okay, so once you do the pipeline, you can click publish all on the left hand side here. Okay, while publishing, validation also actually happens automatically. Then you can click debug. Then you can click debug. Debug or trigger, both will work. Okay, trigger now also you can manually you can trigger it or you can debug it. In a testing point of view, we need result. That's it. So both will give us the same effect as of now. Okay, anybody have any doubts?
The source files will be selected, but in sync is not showing anything, sir. Sync data set.
So
result will be found.
So sync, have you created the data set, sir?
Yes, sir. I created 2 data sets showing 2, sync and as well as source.
Then here you are telling, here you are not able to get to, you're telling.
Yes, sir. Sync, sir.
Should not happen. If your data sets are there.
I have chosen same file, sir. Same Excel file also chosen for that one also. Not same, or you have to choose another one?
No, so don't choose same. See, source is the file. Sync is where it is going to be copied. Sync means destination. Yes, sir. Sync is where it is going to be copied. Okay, so once you do the pipeline, you can click publish all on the left hand side here. Okay, while publishing, validation also actually happens automatically. Then you can
Nothing but source and sink. It may be both are same, or it can make different, sir.
Source and sink cannot be same. We have to make two different data sets. Two different data sets. Yeah. That's why. Source and sink, you need two different data sets.
Nothing but you have to create two files, separate files, sir.
No, that is not enough. You need two different data sets itself.
Nothing but by creating the data set only, you have to choose another Excel file.
No, sir. See here. Yeah, I told you, no, source and sink. I'll just explain it once again. So two data set we have to create, one for source. Okay, so this is going to connect to our source container. Okay, source container. This is going to be the source container. We'll choose the file also. Container, in that we'll choose the file. Okay, in the source data set. And one for the sink. Okay, for sink we don't have any file. No, that is the destination folder. So we'll choose the sink container or destination container, and there is no file. Okay, see.
Don't choose any file.
Yeah, don't choose any. That is just the folder where you want to create the this one. See my storage account. My storage account. See here. Just go back. My storage account, if you go see Kelvin storage containers. Yeah, so you can see here source and sink. So source is one data set we are going to connect into this file, okay, employee file. Okay, other one we're connecting to this container. There is no file. Okay, sink we are going to connect to this this one. There is no file. This file is being created once we run the activity. So before we run the activity, this file is not there. Right. So I'll just delete the file. There was no file. Okay, so the sink is empty. So we'll just choose that empty sink here. Okay, here choose that empty sink in the data set here. So when I was creating the data set, I have explained that also. So once we run this, then the file will be created in the sink folder. Yeah. Any other doubts? Mahesh, are you there?
Kevin, are we closing the session or is there anything to?
Yeah.
discuss?
I just want to confirm with Mahesh once actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mahesh. Yeah. Okay, meanwhile, if you have any doubts, you can ask. Because we have one more activity, but if we start it, I think it will take a lot of time. We won't be able to finish it. Okay.
So Helvin, let us continue this second practical of Data Factory by tomorrow. I think time is already exceeded.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, Mahesh, we'll do like that. So yeah, meanwhile, those who got the output, please post a screenshot of the same and do ask me any doubts there. We'll continue Data Factory tomorrow also. Okay, so just revise all the steps we had discussed. If it is helpful, I'll just copy this in the chat also.
Excuse me, that sink pipeline, can you once again, sir? Source has been created. Sink.
Yeah, sink is also same way, sir. Same way only. Give me 1 second. Yeah, same way. I'll just
create a new pipeline.
Yeah. Quickly.
Transform.
Sir,
you have to put that data.
Sir, have you created two data set? It is clear. Shekhar sir, two data set is created correctly.
Yes, sir. Created. Yeah, created, sir.
And then just create pipeline, sir. That's it. Here you have to choose source and sink.
Yes, sir. In the sink also we have to put copy data, that block.
No. I see this is both are part of one. Okay, I'll just show it once again. I think this. I'll just delete it. I'll again create. I'll show you from scratch. Quickly, I will show you once. So create new pipeline. Okay, move and transform. We are copying this. Okay, for this copy activity, okay, the single copy activity, we have to give both source and sync. If I click below, okay, it's not coming, right? When I click on this, okay, for this, I have to set both sync and source. Okay, if you want to copy something,
screen is not refreshing. Yes,
okay.
sir.
Yeah, I see. For one copying, you need a starting point and an ending point, right? You need a source and output, right? Input and output. So this source is your input data set, and this sync is going to be your output data set. That's it. So once you click on this, okay, once you click on this activity only, it will come. This option will come, source and sync. So one activity for that, one source and one sync. Clear, sir?
Yes, sir. In sync also should be drawn. Or it will
Yes,
come in the same activity.
Yes, sync also it will
Same
come, sir. See, yeah. Whatever is there in the data set, both will come here. The source, see, both the data set is coming, taking source file. Okay. And sync also, my data set, it will ask me which one you want. So I'll take the sync file. That's it.
We need to create two pipelines or one pipeline, sir?
One pipeline is enough. For one activity, one pipeline is
pipeline.
enough. Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, I'll try, sir.
Yeah. So just follow the steps I have posted in the chat. Okay, publish. Then you have to just, if you want to validate, you can validate, then just debug it. That's it.